Woohoo! Oh yeah. Whew. You know, it's getting a little burry here in California. Howdy and aloha, everybody. We got some weather. Finally, it got to 57 degrees, I think. I know there are people out in like parkas and down jackets. It's pathetic here in California. Anyway, thank you if you are here with Monotalk. Hopefully it's streaming through YouTube. And I'm just waiting for anybody to come on. I wanted to test something. I want to sing a song for some reason. I don't know which one to sing, but I can. Oh shit. Well, hi, Stevie. Hey, I got a question for you. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? Stevie. That's weird. Stevie. Yes, okay, good. I sound clear. I just want to, can you hear this music? Oh, it's not that loud. Wait, hold on. Oh, that's not loud. Wait, hold on. Let me try again. Huh? All right, hold on. Oh, I gotta turn it up. That's right. Duh. Okay, let's try it again. Can you hear that? Can you hear better? Is that too loud? No? Yes? Can you hear it? That is loud. Okay. Okay, how about that? Is that better? Right there? A little too loud. Right. Right there? How about right there? Can you still hear me? Kind of. Alright, let's try this. I haven't seen this in a while. I'm going to try to sing this song. Welcome and aloha. Aloha, everybody. This is Monotalk. So I'm going to try to sing this song. It's been freaking forever, okay? Okay, you ready? L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore. And love is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart, but please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. Okay, there's like a dancing part. Okay, do I sound stupid? I just want to know it. Too loud? Shit. Try to slow it easy. It's okay? Can you guys hear it though? I'm just gonna fucking sing it. Fuck it. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore. And love is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a thing for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart and please don't break it. Love was made for me and love was made for me and love That was fucking stupid. But anyway. Alright, was that okay? Start the stream with the music? Oh, so it's way off. Alright, we're gonna start over and fucking erase that. Start the stream with the music. Okay. Was it fucked up? Was it like way off? Oh, shit. Just tell me, was it stupid or what? Because, anyway. Love the music. Alright. Nope, all good. Anyway, I might do another one later. But I was just fucking around. I just really like that song. It's cool. Okay. Alright. Anyway, sorry about that. I just thought I'd throw out a little song. This is Jim with Monotalk. Or James with Monotalk. Or Jimbo with Monotalk. Thank you all for coming tonight. Basically, we're just going to talk about all kinds of stuff tonight. Well, let me just say what the show's about. People come on all over the place. We talk about all kinds of stuff. People already on chat. We talk about city, state, local, domestic, foreign, social, economic, all kinds of things. We may even talk about pants, shoes, songs. Am I going to play something else? Do you guys want to hear something else? You don't want to. Wait, I might have something else. No, I ain't going to play something else. No, maybe later. Maybe later. Anyway, that was lame. I'm sorry about that. And I just got through working out. So it sounded shitty. I'm sure. Anyway, so. That I can give to you love. Alright, so. But it didn't. Was it in sync or was it just stupid? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway, thank you guys for coming on. There's a lot of cool stuff that we talk about on here. Last night we were going through able as far as the mono word. Now I have monoterms. Monoterms. So tonight I'll be talking about cognitive dissonance, resisting absolute fact, and Stockholm Syndrome that I think most of the country is going through. Cheryl wants to know if I'm going to sing another song. Oh, God, I don't think I can do another song. And that's not why we're here. That's not why we're here. Okay? So don't even think about it. All right, so, all right. What is going on, man, out there in the world? You know, fuck it, I'm going to sing another song. What the hell? What the heck? All right, let me find something and I'll sing something else. I really like Nat King Cole, though. I got to tell you, that guy's just rocking. The dude's rocking, man. So, what's going on in the world is we are looking at a two-party oligarchy. Everybody knows it's crazy. By the way, I'm so done with Jordan Sheridan, everybody. If I hear anything else about Jordan Sheridan, and I don't even like saying the name, I'm also done with Hillary Clinton, but obviously she's not done with fucking up the rest of the world. I don't care if you talk about them, as long as we talk about something. So what else do we have here? Okay. No, don't have anything. Sorry. All right, fuck it. Let's see what we got here. I don't know if the music's going to work, though. So let's see. You guys know Unforgettable? Till people come on, I'm just going to sing a stupid song. Nat King Cole. King Cole. Karaoke. All right, let's see if this works. I don't think that's going to work. he sings in this one. Yeah, that fucker. Let's see what else we got. Let's try this one. Maybe we can do this one. Unforgettable. That's what you are. Unforgettable. Though near or far. Like a song of love that clings to me. How the thought of you does things to me. Never before has someone more unforgettable in every way. And forevermore, that's how you stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable. And forevermore, that's how you stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too. I'm gonna get demonetized. Anyway, I'm sorry, I just had a wild hair up my eyes. Just thought I'd sing a song. And then I sang. And I'm done. You know a song I really like is Ice Cream Man. Oh, I love that song. Alright. Until somebody gets on, I'm gonna sing another song, so fuck it. What else we got here? All right, somebody come on, please, so I don't have to sing another song. Shit, this is not good. No, just come on. All right, let's try. I wonder if this is like folks thinks. All right. Oh, yeah. Shit, I think somebody's singing this. Oh. Oh, it's a DK and somebody just, they took it. They screwed it. Fuck, DK is fucked up. Now let's try this one. I'm telling you, if nobody gets on, I'm going to have to sing another. I wonder if somebody's singing this. Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa, men have made you. You're so like the lady with the mystic smile. Is it only 'cause you're lonely? They have been for that Mona Lisa strangeness in your smile. Do you smile to tempt a lover, Mona Lisa? Or is this your way to hide a broken heart? Many dreams have been brought to your doorstep. They just lie there, and they die there. Are you warm? Are you real, Mona Lisa? Or just a cold and lonely, lovely word of art? Stop puking. Everybody just stop puking, please. Too late. Okay? Right. Do you smile to tempt a lover, Mona Lisa? Or is this your way to hide a broken heart? Many dreams have been brought to your doorstep. They just lie there, and they die there. Are you warm? Are you real, Mona Lisa? Or just a cold and lonely, lovely world of art? Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa. I'm going to stop singing now. All right, I'm going to stop singing now because I just need somebody to get on so I can stop singing. Fuck, this is so embarrassing. Anyway, okay, on with the show. Come on, everybody. All right, too loud, perfect bad. Somebody, what is going on here? Not too bad, dude, except for that last note. It's just, I usually have the mic. You got to hold it back. So I didn't, Mona Lisa. And it's loud. But anyway. It just probably sounds shitty. You need a real system. I'll come and I'll end up singing. Yeah, sing, Winkle. James, you hear about the missile from North Korea? Oh, okay. Change the pace. Um. Oh shit. You know what? I forgot the meeting. Fuck. Fuck. Sorry. Anyway, I didn't mean to fuck everything up. That was crappy. I'll stop doing that now. Evil, bad, wrong. Okay, my bad. Here it is. It's in the YouTube. I'm going to put it in the host. I'm telling people to come on, but how the fuck did they come on if they can't have a way to get in? You know, I really want to sing Ice Cream Man. I really want to sing Ice Cream Man. I wonder if they have that in karaoke. That would be fucking cool. I'll sing that right now if they got it. I will. I am telling you right now. Is this a fucking America's Got Talent, or is this like a fucking radio, independent news radio show? Who knows? Boom, 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 boom. Ice Cream Man Van Halen karaoke. Oh, they got it? Are you fucking kidding me? They do that. They're not going to do it though. Fuck you, DK. Sorry, there's bastards. This is the song though, man. This is the song right here.
Dedicate one to the ladies. Sometimes a babe needs something to keep you cool. Oh, now sometimes a babe needs something to keep you cool. Better look out now, though.
Dave's got something for you. Tell you what it is. That's too fast. No, that's way too fast. All right, normal speed. Try this. Yeah, it's messed up, man. Sorry. All right. What the fuck? What am I talking about? Anybody coming on? Let me see. Rainbow Boom X. Hello, Diamond Dave. Yeah, man, Diamond Dave's the bomb. But if I play him, I'm gonna get hit with copyright. The other stuff was just karaoke. So Merced Cali, thank you for the song, brother. Anyway. Better look out now, cause that dame's got something for you. Tell you what it is. Hello, Rainbow. Hello, everyone. All right. Merced Cali said there was a missile thing going on. Hello, Holly and Jamar are going to be on Montauk soon. That's right, brother. Thank you, Winkleberry, bro. Tell it like it is, my brother. That's awesome. I'm sure James will gain a lot of new subs. I hope so. I would like that. The more the merrier. There's just so many things I'm trying to do. And my plate is pretty full. I got room for one more, though. Yeah, let's see. Somebody said that James heard about the missile North. James, you hear about the missile North Korea? I'm gonna look that up right now. Love was made for me and you, 'cause love that I can give to you. Hang on. Missile. North Korea. North Korea fires missile that shows it can hit everywhere in the world. All right, who is that saying that shit? So that was Merced Cali. Who do you think is going to fire a missile on anybody first? We're already firing missiles. We're probably up to about, let's see, how many missiles have the U.S. launched so far this year? That's a good question. How many missiles has the United States launched this year? Let's see. U.S. test, nope. No, U.S. test launches, preparing for war in North Korea, and what American needs to know about missile defense. Oh my God, it's just bullshit. There's a place you can find that. There's a count that you can go. They keep pumping up fucking North Korea like, God damn it. North Korea launches. Blow. There's an India missile test. Fucking stupid humans. Stupid old humans. It's all just everywhere. North Korea. It's all that fucking Google will give you. Lots of downtime in here. Yeah. Yeah, I just know that there's a ton of fucking shit that we're doing to everywhere. Ton. I mean, there is so much crap going on, and I mean, just the wars have got to stop. I mean, I know people out there that want to shoot, kill, maim, destroy, just to flex those muscles, flex those American muscles, man. Just are we gonna just keep going? Winkle, what's up, man? You got a song for me?
What is up?
What's up,
Oh
bro?
crap. Okay, yeah.
What's up?
I'm outside smoking at the moment, so I don't want the video on.
All right, no worries.
You want me to sing to you people.
You know what's a good song we should do?
Someday. What?
You know what song I like is I like Frank Sinatra, "Luck Be a Lady." I'm gonna do that one.
Luck be a lady tonight.
Oh, let's fucking do. I'm doing that right now. Fuck it.
What's that one? I like that Sammy Davis Jr. song. What was it? I gotta be me. I gotta be me. Willing to try to do it or die. I've gotta be me.
Excellent.
I can't go that high.
Hey, Rebel. Yeah, let's do that. I think I'm gonna do that. Let me see if I got it. Hold on. Frank Sinatra.
I remember hearing a funny bit years ago. I think it was Billy West did it. It was like a fake. Like it was. I think it was when Frank Sinatra was still alive. And he was like losing like his marbles and shit. And he like did a whole
Which he
like
did.
fake bit of like Frank Sinatra's greatest hits, but he's like forgetting all the words to his own songs,
He
and it's pretty
did.
funny.
I used to
Like
hear
I've
stories.
got you under my house. What? Don't tell me I don't know the words, baby.
Don't tell me I don't know the words, baby. Oh, that's funny, dude. That's funny. I think so. Oh, I got it really slow.
What slow?
Hold on. Oh, we can do it. I'm going to do it. This is cool. Hold on.
You can do it.
I'm going to do it. Okay, you guys. Rebel, you ready? Let me sing this. Okay, wait.
Oh, that's not copyrighted?
No, man. It's just a bunch of... It's karaoke.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? It's just karaoke music, so it's
Yeah.
not like the actual music. So
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see if I can. Let me tell.
I
Can you?
don't have like the words in front of me or nothing.
I'm singing it. Hold on. Let me put.
All right.
Bring somebody. Taylor. All right. Here we go. Ready? Just don't freak out. Can you guys do it?
Yeah.
Sing it. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck if you've ever been a lady to begin with. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck let a gentleman see how nice a dame you can be.
Yeah, that's easy.
I know the way you treated other guys you've been with. Luck be a lady. A lady doesn't leave her escort. It isn't fair, and it's not nice. A lady doesn't wander all over the room or blow on some other guy's dice. So let's keep this party polite. Never get out of my sight. Stick with me, baby. I'm the guy that you get in with. Look, be a lady. Look, be a lady. Here we go, man. Together, here we go. Look, be a lady.
Let me a lady tonight. I got a song all queued up.
Okay, go
Here
for
we
it.
go.
Go for it.
Hold up. I gotta get this started. Hold on. Here we go.
Go, man.
It's gonna go now. I don't know if you can hear it.
Taylor, you got a song?
A song just to
There it
request.
You hear it?
Yeah.
I can show you the world. Shining, splendid, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? All right, that's enough. I don't know any more words
Rebel,
to that
you got
song
a song?
anyway.
You got a song you want to sing, Rebel?
I got 99 songs on this keyboard.
Yeah, I have a song. I have a song request.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, do you like If I Was a Rich Man from Fiddler on the Roof?
Okay, well, you got to find it.
If I were a rich man,
Is that on your
like a little,
piano?
If
that
I
on your
were a
piano?
wealthy man.
Yeah. The only thing is we would get a copyright.
sunrise, sunset, Sunrise, sunset.
Yeah.
Taylor, did you
Yeah.
want to sing a song? Do you have a song?
Well, then, wasn't that called a copyright strike? If I start, playing
No, it's
background music?
karaoke. It's karaoke song.
Okay, well, I don't have a karaoke, so, like...
No. You can get it on YouTube. Just find your song on YouTube, and you just do it on YouTube.
Jeez, I've been muted all this time.
Amanda! Hi.
Hey, Winkle.
Yeah, and of course now it's like a Russian musical, Fiddler on the Roof.
It's a Jewish musical.
Yeah, well, I mean, in Russia.
Just go on YouTube and you can find it and just sing it if you like it. Do
That
it.
last one that you played, I was laughing at it because it's like this. You're singing the song with the rebel in the room, telling a lady what she can do or not.
I know, that's fucking Mr. Misogynistic. Super. No, that guy was like super misogynistic.
Oh, jeez.
He was Mr. Misogynistic of the universe. If there was a planet that was all about being misogynistic, he would be the king of that planet. Frank Sinatra.
Okay, here I go.
Oh, I got one.
No, he's got it. Hold on, Winkle. He's got a song.
Okay. He's got one first.
Okay, and this isn't gonna cause a copyright strike, right?
As long as it's not the fucking original song. As long as it's a karaoke
just
song.
making sure. Commercial.
I gotta try.
You know what I'd like to hear him sing? Cinderella.
Cinderella.
Which one?
The fucking
Cinderella,
No, not that one. The fucking band. The rock band. The rock band.
Oh, that Cinderella.
He's like perfect for it.
If I was a rich man,
I couldn't tell you any song by them.
He's singing.
All day I'd be buddy-duddy-dum. If I was a wealthy man, I would have to work hard.
We can't hear any music today.
If I were a very, very rich man,
He's got the headphones on.
I'd build a big tall house. Huh?
No, we can't hear no, Taylor, we can't hear the
I
music.
can't hear the music.
You heard the music.
But it sounded good though. But it sounded really good.
All right, fuck it.
You're going a cappella though.
But it was good a cappella, bro. That was good.
Yeah, well, fuck it. I mean, it's too late anyway. I got, somebody just complained.
Uh-oh.
It's like 11 o'clock where you're at, right?
Oh, okay. Sorry about that, but you were rocking it, bro.
Yeah, and plus you weren't even hearing any fucking music. So what's the fucking point? I mean, you guys weren't even hearing any fucking music, so what's the fucking point anyway?
Yeah, sorry. There's just a fucked up. Sorry, bro. All right, so
I got another one queued up here.
go ahead, bro.
Sure we can all hear it. Yeah. This is for you, Rebel.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. I don't know the words to this song, I just realized. But it's Bryan Adams.
Whoops, I've forgotten token.
Something. Oh, and it
Yeah,
died.
so you have a real karaoke machine. That's better than.
Who does?
Well, it has no batteries. It's actually just a keyboard.
Oh.
It's got 99 songs put into it.
Oh yeah, I used to have a keyboard too that would do that. Well, I still do, but
I need to get batteries.
oh,
It was lucky to have lasted that long.
Well, I didn't mean to token that much.
Winkle, did you see the litmus test for the parties? Did you?
Whose litmus test?
You're on the. You have my Twitter, don't you?
I do. I have not been checking Twitter much at all lately.
Okay. Well, it's on there. What is your you are? I'm following you, and I think you're following me, right?
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
I literally haven't even gone on Twitter in like 2 weeks.
So, are you on Tinder all the time? Is that what it is?
All the damn time.
All the
That's
Are you
no.
are you on Plenty of Fish too? POF.
No, or at least I did have an account. I'm pretty sure I never deactivated it, but I never go on it. It's been like
That's
years.
terrible. So,
Wow,
Taylor,
that
did you
long?
see the list? Did you see that list, the litmus test list that I made last night? That I didn't make. I mean, Rebel help was part of it. Christian,
Oh,
Eben, a few other people. Vox was there.
all right, let me take a look. I can just look
I'll
at
just
my
send it.
Twitter.
I'll just message you on your Twitter, dude. I'll send it to you on your Twitter.
I can find it right here. It's easy to find.
Okey-dokey.
I'm looking at it.
Boodly bing bong 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 bong. Saturday night, I was downtown
Damn it.
searching for my FBI. Rebel, you got anything going on? Anything? I mean, maybe I shouldn't be on Tuesdays. We should just have singing Tuesdays. Just singing.
Yeah, it has to be during the day too. It can't be not late at night because unless I go somewhere else, because I can't sing loud in this apartment.
Oh, okay. Because you have roommates and stuff like that. And
Yeah, pretty much.
can you like stuff the doors with towels and shit? Maybe.
No.
Where's your bathroom?
Right there. And that went, and it's just, and then there's my closet, but
Oh, closets work.
yeah, fuck it, I'll just go somewhere else
Ah,
because it's just my closet's not comfortable to stay in there too long anyway. I've had to go in my closet just to talk on the phone, and it's not comfortable.
I gotta work on my video settings because that is just way too bright.
Is it kind of messed up?
so you're saying this whole thing is your litmus test?
It's for basically what that is it's not even finished, but it's not. It hasn't been fully prioritized yet. From one being the most important. We just kind of went over it last night, not too thoroughly, but all in all,
As I'm reading it, I agree with everything on it.
no. So
But if you hold your politicians to hold every one of these positions, and that's your litmus test, if they don't support one of them but support all the rest, can you support them?
It depends on what it is. If the top 5 that haven't really finished doing, the top 5 need to be done.
I see at the top you're even asking what should be priority.
Yes.
Okay, I guess
Citizens United, in my professional opinion, needs to go away now. And the McCutcheon versus the FEC, that's one of the most
on that, I would also add the Bilotti case.
Oh, shit.
Also, Buckley v. Vallejo. Or Vallejo. No, Vallejo.
Okay, there's 2 others.
But it all needs to go. Just money and politics, just in general.
Taylor's got his hand up. Go ahead, Taylor.
Yeah, politicians already have a litmus test. As soon as big donors give them money, then they give them this test they have to follow.
It's not the same. It's not the same litmus test that we give them, dude. Exactly. Yeah. There's only 4 of us. You don't have to raise your hand, but thank you, Taylor, for doing that.
Yeah, because obviously a litmus test only works when money's attached to it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, if that ain't the truth.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
I guess the Buckley v. Vallejo would go into your corporations are not people, nor will they ever be, because that specifically was the case that made corporations into people.
Let me fix that. I'm on my Paint through Word right now. That was all done on Paint, but I can't fit all those words in one message on Twitter, so I just made a picture. But since I'm there, which one is that? The number? How far down is that, dude?
Corporations, it's 6 or 7 down or 8 down.
I see it right there. So,
corporations are not people, nor will they ever be again.
I got it.
It was Buckley v. Vallejo was the case that made that happen.
So that would
It's
be
Buckley spelled how it sounds.
Yeah, I got it.
With a L-E-Y, and then Vallejo just V-A-L-E-O.
Buckley v period Vallejo.
Yeah, no ho, just O. I used to make that mistake as well. I said that on a local podcast where I was like Buckley v. Vallejo. And the guy gave me a weird look, and I didn't realize why until I actually looked at it later. I was like, oh, it's Vallejo.
What the hell are you talking about? So Buckley B is in
Like, I still made a good point. I just mispronounced the fucking name of it.
So that would have to be, yeah, I just put an asterisk, Buckley V period Vallejo. I spelled Vallejo, V as in Victor, A-L-E-O. That's it. Am I correct?
Yeah, V-A-L-E-O.
Done. Okay.
It's like Vallejo.
So as I'm going through this, and as we went through this, there's a lot of things that need to be done like immediately, and I think one of them is like it's either net neutrality. I swear to God, if that fucking Ajit Pi and the FEC crumbles, I'm just saying everybody's done. Independent radio, in my opinion, will be gone.
Yeah, and I guess it's like we wouldn't be friends anymore because the internet wouldn't work for us anymore.
No, they're not gonna. They're gonna cut down. Google owns YouTube, so.
Oh yeah.
So we might have some power, but the thing is, no. Google Wallet. What was the story? So remember when Google Wallet? I think it was T-Mobile created ISIS. It was a payment process. ISIS. Do you guys remember that? Like a year ago or something like that?
Why would they create something and name it ISIS?
No, it was, and they were calling it. They were bragging about it. Everybody likes you. Everybody likes giving. Everybody likes funding and moving money through ISIS. ISIS, and that's what the name was. That's the actual name.
It really gets on my fucking skin. Is the word ISIS existed long before Islam. ISIS is like God, is the Egyptian god.
Oh, there you go. So they're all fucked up, totally.
Right. I remember I posted like this good, this good like picture of like ISIS saying, my name's ISIS and my name has been hijacked by these Muslims.
Well, didn't that originally come from like the Middle East anyway, like in Egyptian times, ISIS?
Well, even then, it's not. They don't name themselves ISIS. That's just the American name we give. So it's our acronym for what we we call them. But even in their own language, it doesn't spell out ISIS.
No, it doesn't.
Right. It's like NAMBLA.
We have label. As soon as the United States mainstream media can do it, they're making a fucking label. They're label happy. Bye, Rebel. I don't know what happened. Did she have to go, or maybe she just got booted off? Garden, what's up, brother? How are you?
What's up, man? Just working.
Sorry about that.
Singing, everybody. Winkle.
Sorry about that last note. I just, I was doing it, and then what happened was, I usually try to pull the mic away because I'm so fucking loud, but it just messes up.
You're out, dude. We don't tolerate fuck ups here.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Okay, who's got con? Go ahead and take it. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, man. I'm just working.
Like, you don't have to be specific, but let's say, what industry do you work in?
I work in the educational support and talent acquisition field, basically. Right now, I'm looking over somebody who manages all kinds of warehouses around the world, and they just got their master's degree, and they are looking to move the fuck on up.
Nice. Get them going.
I'll trade you for the warehouse I work in.
Yeah, I trade my job. Well, I don't know. I don't like to have a whole lot of responsibility, dude, but I would certainly take this person's paycheck over mine. Jesus Christ.
6 figures?
Like a lot of these years, yeah.
Wow.
Like they're making 5 and 6 figures.
Come on in, the party's fine.
That's what I'm doing.
Sorry about that earlier, Stevie. That was crappy. I had nothing else to say, so I just started blowing my horn. She's like, don't stop it. Just stop. Stop the madness.
What, you're singing?
Yeah. It's terrible.
Yeah, I recently saw some Let the Madness Begin, and apparently they've talked about like Keith Olbermann now stopping his content.
Thank God.
Yeah.
What
That
did
he's like
people...
he's not going to be making any more videos anymore. He thinks that
He's out of politics.
well no, I mean apparently he thinks that like in the next like 13 months like something will happen to Trump. Either he'll resign or get impeached. He thinks he doesn't have to make any more content about Trump anymore.
Because Keith Olbermann has been right about so many things lately, right?
Yeah, like he thinks that the resistance, like, made its accomplishment.
Yeah, as he draped himself in the American flag, looking like he's, oh, I need my safe space. My American flag around me.
I think he's gone crazy. I really think he's
Resist.
gone crazy.
I don't know. I think, I mean...
He said he wanted to apologize. I mean, he was incredible.
Yeah,
like during the Bush years, you
yeah,
know?
he was.
I mean, I wasn't big on news. I've always sort of been a political junkie, but I knew his rants back then, and they were fucking awesome.
He had
and then
some good
you
stuff.
come to these days, and he's saying that he wants to apologize to Bush for all his criticism. So just erase everything, any good thing, any good quality that Keith Olbermann had. He just wants to erase it. Say, oh, I was too hard on Bush.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he was too hard on Bush. You can't be hard enough on Bush. He committed war crimes. He's killed so many people. How can you be too hard on George?
I know, but it's not just Keith Olbermann. It's also like Nancy Pelosi. It's also like the Steve Colbert. I remember like saying, "Oh, you remember the Bush years? They were so much better."
And now over half of Democrats approve of Bush.
I know.
It's insane.
Is that fucking insane in the membrane? Insane in the membrane.
It's all that part of just rationalizing and saying, see, now you can go back to this group because they weren't that bad. And, hindsight's 2020. They're not that bad, right? So now, next election, we can vote for people like that. I mean, it's so sick what they do and the mind games that they play. And really, Stephen Colbert, I'm glad you brought him up because he is such a disappointment. He is one of the top 5 disappointments for me. Like, seriously.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, for a comedian, I hold comedians to a higher standard than I do journalists because comedians are supposed to be funny and to tell the truth. They're supposed to hit to the core. And Stephen Colbert gave up all that. He was like, no, fuck y'all. Fuck democracy. Fuck anything that's important. I want my money. Where's my money? And he's getting it now. He's getting it. And he's got those Henry Kissinger interviews. And, he can kiss George Bush's ass all day long. And what's it going to do? I mean, he sleeps good at night, though. I mean...
Yeah, and to me, Jimmy Fallon is even worse because he made that,
But he was always a piece of shit.
Well, because he made that thank you letter, to Hillary Clinton when she was on his show. Thank you, Hillary, for this and that. And it was so funny when Jimmy Fallon made fun of that. It was like on his video.
Or do you mean Jimmy Dore?
I mean, Jimmy Dore. It was so funny when Jimmy Dore made fun of that, where Jimmy Dore's head was like on Jimmy Fallon's body, and he was doing the same thing, but it was like saying thank you like for all the corruption she did.
That was a good one.
Yeah. No, it's like it's very rare to have progressive comedians now. Very rare.
Yeah, I mean, Olbermann, he never really, I don't know how much he believes some of that shit he was spewing. But imagine this, okay? Like, you think that there's some overwhelming threat to the U.S., okay? And you're right in the middle of it. Like, it's coming, and it's all around. Is that the time to retire? No. Like, if he really believed that Trump's going to fucking retire in 13 months, shut up, Keith. Like, you're just tired and old, and you know you've been slinging bullshit. Like, you
Yeah.
probably got, like, into a fight with GQ because you can't hold a job anywhere you go. Like, he gets kicked off of, like, every network he's on, or he has some beef with them. So, fuck Keith Olbermann. I hope he just stays in wherever the hell he's going. It's becoming
Yeah,
joke.
I mean, and obviously he doesn't have anything new to say anymore. It's just Trump, 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 Trump. You know, that's all it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
backtrack on shit he used to say. It's complete
Yeah.
bullshit. And going back on how Dems, you know, are liking Bush now because of how bad Trump is. It's so bad. I got into an argument with the guy that just like assumed that all the wrongs of the Iraq War had been righted. You know, like
Oh
there
my
was
God.
like it's like, oh, they already investigated and went into all that, didn't they? It's like, no, not at all. Then I showed him literally the article that showed when Obama says we're not looking into the past. You know, we're not going to the past. We're looking forward. You know, concerning the war criminals and shit and prosecuting people for torture.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we're not doing anything. We look forward. We don't look to the past. And as Jimmy Dore, one of my favorite jokes of Jimmy Dore is, what is it? You know, I'm so glad they're not looking into the past. You know,
Yeah.
I commit all the crimes I commit are in the past too.
I know. And
I don't want them looking at that.
I know. And see, you know, and that's like kind of like that, you know, just like getting rid of like a dictator, you know, like us coming in, getting rid of a dictator, of you know, of us doing that. That's kind of like where it all started. And then we went to like Libya, you know, and then got rid of Gaddafi, and now like Libya's even in a worse situation now. They have like slavery now.
I mean, somebody should tell them that all this Russia stuff happened in the past. You know, they want us to like stir up this Russia investigation. Well, Lord, man, we don't look back. Okay, so we can't do anything about that. Sorry.
I mean, like Bill Maher saying, "Oh, it seems like we're spending all of 2016 or 2017 talking about 2016." I mean, can't we just get past the Hillary-Bernie divide? I mean, it was such small differences anyway, right? Small differences to a billionaire. What's the difference between 12 and 15 an hour or not to a billionaire, to a millionaire on fucking TV? How out of touch Bill Maher is.
That's like the attitude of a bully who gets caught. Hey, man, like, don't tell, just let it go, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, the Democratic Party bullied Bernie supporters.
Yeah. It's like, oh, come on, man. You know, bad things happen. We were just messing with you. Come on. Come on.
That's exactly what it is, dude.
Yeah,
and they're not even like admitting to bad things happening. They're just like, no.
Yeah.
Bernie signed the same agreement as Hillary. It wasn't rigged. Hillary won by 4 million votes. It wasn't rigged. My favorite is when they bring up that Hillary didn't lose to Trump. You know, she won by 3 million votes.
That's why she's sitting not in the Oval Office.
Yeah, her winning the popular vote is as relevant as Hillary winning the best hair contest against Trump.
Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't fucking matter.
Right.
She won California. That's what she won.
Yep.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah,
I mean, it is kind of easy to win the popular vote when you throw out hundreds of thousands of votes for the other guy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, apparently this new book came out that I just recently saw on MSNBC called like Collusion, Secret Meetings, Dirty Money, and How Russia Helped Donald Trump Win by
who?
Luke Harding. Here, I'm going to show y'all the link. Yeah, here we go.
Wow, you just sounded like a real Texan there. You said y'all.
I said yeah. So that would be more like more like the Jello Man. I mean the Kool-Aid Man. Oh, yeah.
What's this?
Yeah.
People like Olbermann have done so much damage to the left. There's like so many reasonable people who, you know, they aren't so involved in politics. They don't follow it everywhere. But then they see like lunatics like Maddow and Olbermann, and they're like, you know, I'm not a liberal because of these people.
So Yeah,
and
it's
like
insane. So
an
that book is
explosive.
by, sorry about that, Luke Harding.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to upplay Russia. There's plenty of people just jumping on this bandwagon on both sides. On both sides of the argument. Just let you know.
I
And
mean,
and
I mean,
and
I
the
would
thing
be.
that Garden hates, and I hate it too, is when people start profiting off the stuff that affects us, the decrepit moments of this country. You know what I mean? Just let's
Yeah,
write a book on how corrupt this place is, and let's
yeah.
make
I
$1
mean,
million.
I would be anxious to like hear
You
some
know,
reviews about it.
I
Even
want to
like.
see the fact book. That's the book I want. I want the book of political facts. That's the
Hmm.
Where's
book I
the
would.
book on the $2 trillion the Pentagon just misplaced?
No,
Yeah,
that's not.
right
No, I
before
mean,
9/11,
it's like
2 days
it's
before,
well,
announced by
actually, I mean
fucking
it.
Donald
Yeah,
Rumsfeld.
Rumsfeld made a
Yeah,
speech
Donald
about it.
Rumsfeld made a speech 2 days before. Hey, just letting you know, we just lost fucking $2.3 trillion.
Like, we don't know where it went. Oh,
Dude, that whole thing was creepy. I watched that. I mean, it's
like
been
it was there. Sorry.
but like he was talking about waging war and all this stuff, and then bam, the next day 9/11. I mean, it was super creepy. I mean, when you watch that in the context of, okay, the next day 9/11 happened, and then all these things that the Pentagon got hit, and then Building 7, all this stuff. I mean, there's just too many questions there, and just definitely not enough answers.
Well, it created the Patriot Act. It pushed that through, and then some more terrorist acts that supposedly happened by terrorists pushed the NDAA. It's and then like we've always said that the mainstream media will just push the consent factor by just filling us with Bologanov.
Mm,
And we've been going through this forever. I don't. Topic tonight: cognitive dissonance. We are going. It's amazing how much of that I see and hear. People just not accepting fact or absolute fact. However, However, you've got to look at things from both sides, right? From both sides. But at the same time, which one makes more sense? How could Building 7 fall when it's almost a half a mile away from fucking Building Tower 1?
Trump. So
Oh,
one
Trump.
word answer, dude, for all of it. Trump.
Oh, there you go.
In 2000, Trump met with some Russian officials, right? And the Soviet Union was recovering from its collapse, and they were ready to renew their attacks on the U.S. So they contacted Trump. And
No. Keep going because that's making a lot of sense.
I got to work on this.
No, I mean, I know
I was really starting. I was fucking buying that. I was buying that. I was like, damn, that's a new angle.
Yep, all you got to do is keep a straight face and get paid $30 fucking million a day, and people will take you seriously.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
Whatever.
Whatever.
It's a fucking god awful amount of money.
It's enough to buy respect.
It doesn't have to be true to be able to black somebody,
Exactly.
right?
No.
Shit.
But you
Fucking
know what?
Mad
I'm
Al and all
surprised
these
they
fucking
haven't.
crazy assholes.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't gone with that. Like, yeah, Russia did 9/11. I mean, like they're so trying to demonize Russia like so much. Like, I'm surprised that they're not trying to do like some ties, like Russia worked with ISIS or Al Qaeda or whatever.
right.
I mean, I don't put anything past them, man. They're dirty people.
Well,
I mean, and obviously, this is all just recycled work from McCarthyism.
It's McCarthyism. I mean,
Right.
Jimmy Dore lays it out so well. He just totally blasted the Yemen scenario, the narrative, and the scenario. And the biggest thing he said yesterday, which just he was livid. And this fucking fat guy on the left and on the stage, this old fat fuck kept interrupting. I just wanted that guy just to shut up. By the way, Jimmy, get rid of that guy. He's useless. He was trying to take the stage, and Jimmy just had a really great point. 130 children per month are dying because of these prisons that these people are putting these kids in. The Saudi funded, backed, militarily funded war, and people are dying left and right. And there's and the U.S. is spending $250 million a day.
All right. I mean, you want to talk about who's the puppet of Trump? It's
No, a
Saudi
day.
Arabia.
Wait. A day.
Yeah.
250 million a day to
Wow.
fucking do all this shit, to bomb people, it's just, have you guys ever had like $10,000 in your hands? Anybody? Okay. It's a fucking fat chunk of money.
Wow.
Imagine that filling up your entire street. Okay. Like this, you can, it's about like this.
Yeah.
But just a lot of it. You see what I'm saying? It's an insanely huge amount of money. $250 million a day to keep bombing and killing. And what happens is, so they'll start something else. They'll create another chemical thing, fiasco, baloney, fucking UN bullshit, white hat crap. And they just keep orchestrating and creating this stuff left and right. Because it's feeding from my perspective, and from everything I'm hearing from so many different angles, I'm just taking bits and pieces. We're orchestrating it. We're creating it. If you see the amount of money that stockholders make, the trading, and you see how the banks are able to fund and lend, and all the money comes back, and it just gets recycled over and over and over. When you follow, the way you find out how this stuff really works is where you follow the money. And there's people that are making bazillions of dollars, not even trillions, not even quadrillions, bazillions, and it's an enormous amount of money. And those people keep our legislators voting for war, just insane. That's the new economy, and it's gotten really bad.
And it's all because Saudi Arabia has all that oil resource. That's the only reason why we're allies with them.
They're just the ones that they're like they're the hitmen of the mafia. That's their group of guys you call in to drive by the restaurant to take everybody out.
Mm-hmm.
That's that group of guys.
Yeah, and
the Saudis. I would say the Saudis are more like the shop owner that gets extorted by the protection racket. I mean, that's what's going on here. Like, we have all of Saudi Arabia's gold in a bank in Manhattan, and that's what the petrodollar is based on.
Yeah, but they have gold, but they have the oil.
That's not based on gold.
Yeah, and they have Mecca too. That's a holy city.
It's not directly based on gold, Winkle, but what we do is the petrodollar is basically a fiat currency, and it's a line of credit, essentially used to buy oil.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think it has anything to do with gold.
But it does. It does. That's their deposit, as far as assurance for their credit when dealing with other countries in the petrodollar.
Right.
Oh, hey,
but then if there are bitches, why are we doing their bidding all the fucking time?
Oh, never mind.
It's probably not. I'm sure we do some of their bidding sometimes, but I'm sure a lot of that shit is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
We get them to do things and then we blame it on them. Like, I'm sure we don't really have any problem with them flying fucking jets around Syria, what have you. Like, we might hold them to do it.
Right.
I mean, that's something that I keep seeing that popping up is the people that we're picking fights with are the people that we were just working with, or the people that we just did business with, Russia, Trump's calling, he kept talking about China, all this stuff, and then he goes and does this deal with $1 billion, several billions. I think it was like 80 billion or something deal with China. And it's like, okay, well, yeah. Babe. It's like that person that's like, that's saying like, oh yeah, I hate this person, but at the same time they're working with them behind the scenes. Like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
It blows my mind. I mean,
yeah.
Happening? Oh, well, North Korea is the boogeyman, but they're using North Korea as a threat against us. It's like that. This is what they keep doing. It's the bad guy. The bad guy is the person that we're working with.
I know, and there's like this other thing that the news media has brought up about China, about like this whole about the basketball player who was like in jail in China for shoplifting, and then they apparently Trump like made the statement saying that he should be able to get out since shoplifting isn't that much of a big deal, and then China was able to like get him out of jail from shoplifting. It was like this basketball player. I think it was some type of athlete or something, and I think it was
LeVar Ball.
Yeah. And we just know there was a deal behind that. There's no way China like said, "Okay, Mr. Trump, you're so right. Let him free."
Like magic.
Hey, did anybody watch Jimmy Dore interview today of Randy Critico?
Yeah.
You watched it?
Listen
How about
to
that
it, but-
Adam Schiff? I can't stand that fucker.
Yeah, I agree.
What are you guys
Yeah,
talking
Winkle, I don't even know. Do you work for Jimmy Dore? Because you are always like the very first person to comment on his video.
Honestly, I have my notifications set.
Yeah. That's what
So
Jimmy
if I
Dore
hear my YouTube notification go, I check it. And
yes.
if I can think of something quick to say, I'll fucking post a comment.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Yeah,
and posting early. And it's not even so much I care about getting likes. It's the earlier you post, the more likely it'll stay up at the top to get replies. That's what I like.
Yeah.
Because I'm always replying to people on my shit. If I get to a video too late and make a comment, then nobody fucking replies to it because no one sees it. So.
You know what? Some of the best conversations I've had are on Jimmy Dore comments. Like I'll comment if I get the notification time, I'll comment, and if I have a comment, worthy, like I'll leave one. And there's some people, sometimes they come at me with some opposite, stuff, but a lot of times, even when they do, it's like, we have some pretty good conversations in those comments because these are critical thinkers,
Yeah.
They're aware of the bullshit.
Though I get a lot of people now just commenting like, "How are you always at the top?" or "You're just a spamming piece of shit," or whatever random shit. But I still, many good conversations.
Tell them to fuck off. What's their problem?
I
He
just
said
ignore 'em.
that Russiagate shit. It's not real. Because he told them they sent them a letter first. Adam Schiff sent them a letter asking will he volunteer. He said, "No, I'm not saying nothing." Then somebody called him up. I'm gonna send a lawyer called him up and said, "We're gonna send you a subpoena." So I think he should receive the subpoena today or tomorrow to come in and testify.
This is just Russia is just the Democrats' Benghazi. It's just the scandal they're going to use to fucking keep their fucking constituents preoccupied from actually caring about any of the actual policy fucking things they're actually doing that's actually making their lives worse off. And they can still use that whatever scandal as a scaremongering technique. Oh, look at them! Oh, you can't vote for them, vote for us. And both sides use the same stupid argument, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's never ending too. Like they're just gonna you can't go a day. Trump drank a glass of water the wrong way. He ate a steak the wrong way. He walked down some steps the wrong way.
Yeah, I'm in a couple of Facebook groups that are pretty much all just Donald Trump haters. I joined them because I hate Donald Trump too. But I'll post like my videos and shit on there. And I'll get like the craziest responses from people because these are complete partisan people. They just hate Donald Trump and love Hillary. And it's like, I can tell you hate Hillary. Why are you in this group? It's like, because I hate Donald Trump. This group is called I Hate Donald Trump. Why does that mean I can't hate anyone else?
You could it is fully
I can walk and chew gum.
more than one person at one time.
Exactly.
Right. And it's not just politics. They're doing this with YouTube, like famous YouTubers now, where it's like this YouTuber and this YouTuber are like going through conflict with each other. Oh, you can't be a fan of both of them.
I'm a fan of fucking a lot of different YouTubers. Not any right-wing ones anymore.
Well, it's like
I was subscribed to We Are Change for a while, but then, or I think I am still subscribed to We Are Change, but I never click on their videos anymore. I don't know. They got
it's like other people have said. Trump is pretty standard GOP. You know, I mean, we
Yes.
haven't had a GOP president in a while, and I don't like Trump, and I don't like the fucking GOP. Okay, but Trump is no worse than. I mean, the argument that Trump is worse than George W. Bush. I mean, what world are you
not
living
yet
in?
anyway.
You have to make, yeah. I mean, not yet. But what world are you living in? He'd have to do a lot to exceed Bush's fucking
Yeah,
standard.
he's on his way with how much he's fucking bombing places and shit. Just on that end.
Got a ways to go though. It's got a lot.
If this tax bill goes through, then that beats Bush's fucking terrible tax fucking policy.
Right.
So igniting this international war.
Believe me, as time goes on, Trump can only fucking do worse than Bush. But yes, at this point, Bush is still a god, and it doesn't even matter if Trump ever does as bad or worse than Bush. Bush was still fucking terrible.
Right.
Nothing can erase that.
He'd have to ignite like some kind of new international war to exceed Bush. I mean, that's what Bush did.
Right.
So he'd have to one up that. He'd have to launch a nuke or something, or start like a conflict in Ukraine, or something like.
Fuck! Obama took us from 2 wars to 7. What's Trump got to do? Take it from 7 to 30?
Yeah, I mean, Trump isn't even worse than Obama yet.
Did you hear in Libya they have an open trade slavery?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yep.
And that's because of Obama and Hillary Clinton.
Yep. And that's the reason why Kim Jong-un isn't going to give up his nuclear weapons. He learned that mistake from Gaddafi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't.
2017, open trade slavery.
If you can't hold the ground, you throw it into chaos. I mean, that's what they did. They just deposed Gaddafi and just kind of let things go to shit. And they're controlling whatever they need to control through intelligence operations and just letting the rest of it go to hell.
Yep.
And the real reason why we got rid of Gaddafi? Because he went against the petrodollar.
Yep. Yep.
That's one of them. Like, that's a significant one. But there's lots of, I mean, we've been at it with Gaddafi for years.
That's true. But we also made a lot of deals with Gaddafi. You know, while we were at it, we were always able to negotiate, you know, some sort of settlement or get him to fucking move on his positions to whatever was satisfactory for our oligarchs or whatever. But
that was so shameful the way we handled it. Because we, like, right before we did that, we reached our hand out to Gaddafi and said, "Hey, man, let's be cool and friends from now on." Remember, there was some positive propaganda about Gaddafi that had come out, and Gaddafi surrendered his chemical weapons. Like, he was making a deal with us. Mm-hmm. And what did we do? We turned around and fucked him with a bayonet.
Yeah, and that's the same way with Saddam Hussein. I mean, Saddam Hussein, you know, let us even look through his palace to see if there was weapon of mass destruction. They had, like, investigations coming in. But, like, before those investigations were, like, claimed he doesn't have any, you know, we just immediately just went to war because we didn't.
And any chemical weapons, not weapons of mass destruction, but any chemical weapons that Saddam had, we gave him.
Oh, yeah.
Back during the Iraq-Iran fucking war in the 80s.
Yeah, he was our dude, man.
Exactly. It's like, you know, the people that we fight are the people that we work with. And especially the ones that we kill, you know, those are we definitely work with them. We definitely help them out with chemical weapons, you know, whatever. We'll help you out, but we'll have to kill you later, but we'll help you right now.
Yeah, a cycle all controlled by those with fucking fat pockets that make money off of these wars.
Yeah, and also even like that's what happened with Cuba too. You know how we liberated Cuba from Spain during the Spanish-American War, and then later on they get a dictator like Fidel Castro.
Well, who was before Batista was before Castro. But I get what you mean.
Our dealings with Cuba have also been. I mean, there's absolutely no reason that we couldn't have established decent ties with Cuba after the missile crisis. But instead, we kept fucking around, and now we're trying to change the face of Cuba. I mean, they want to turn it into a giant sweatshop with like some elite resorts on the coast. That's the U.S.'s vision for Cuba.
Oh, so
yeah,
like
Garden.
Puerto
When
Rico,
Obama, when Obama went over there, I saw him getting off the plane with all those business people, with the health industry and stuff like that. So, oh God, they're gonna try to change this country.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I remember when I was very little, like, you know, the news just blew up about like Elion, like how he apparently he came to America, he was from Cuba, and apparently, but of course, you know, he was like, it was done illegally by his mom while his dad was still in Cuba, and he was like still like living with like, you know, family members he didn't know.
That whole thing doesn't make any sense to me, because don't Cubans still have amnesty? Can't Cubans just come here just legally?
I know, and
Like,
then it's
like boom,
yeah, just,
like they get amnesty from it.
I know, and then it's like the news media brought it up. It was all propaganda, you know. A lot of people were trying to make him stay here. And it was trying to make a big slap on the face with Cuba, you know. I mean, you know, but I mean, obviously, I mean, you know, but he was able to get back to his dad in Cuba. But I mean, I remember there was just riots over that. You know, they were trying to like stop them from him getting back to his father, and I mean, it was just trying to like humiliate Cuba. That's all it was. It was all propaganda, and it's
I'll
like,
never forget that.
yeah, and
He-Man, Janet Reno.
yeah. But yeah, and it's like, you know, but now it's like, okay, so you're against like these Mexicans coming in illegally, but you're all okay about like Elion, this one boy who came from Cuba, and you want him to stay here, you know. But now it's like, okay, so you're against like these Mexicans coming in illegally, but you're all okay.
I think it
Well,
was because it was a kid.
one thing Cuba does have is good health care.
Yeah,
If we could get some of their health care fucking up here, fucking
yeah, that was in the documentary.
One thing Cuba does have is good health
That's
care.
why I hope they don't mess
If we could
it
get
up.
some of their health care
over there. I've seen all those people coming off that plane in businesses. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, if Cuba's all of a sudden adopts Obamacare or some kind of model like that, they're fucked.
I know, and really, I know, and
it's once they start putting Nikes in and shit that they're fucked.
Yeah,
you're exactly correct, Shirley. Like they're trying to do the same thing with Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
They've been trying to force Puerto Rico under the IMF debt model for like almost a couple of decades now.
Mm-hmm.
And now I think they might very well succeed because they're just leaving the country so fucked up that the people are going to become so desperate that they will support basically anything that has any hope of helping them.
Yeah,
that's the thing. They're not a different country. They're us. They're American. Why the fuck are they? Why do they have to be under a fucking IMF thing? Why can't they get fucking help from the fucking federal government like any other goddamn state can do?
These systems are cannibalizing themselves. Like they were failures from the get-go, and now like that's being proven. Like you see the same thing in Europe with
sorry for yelling.
With the EU cannibalizing Greece. I mean, that's what's going on. And then now we're cannibalizing because this crazy enslavement model we have, it just doesn't work. It's bound to like fail.
Crazy, Puerto Rico can vote in our primary, but they can't vote in the general election. That's crazy.
Oh, James, I do want to say real quick, that fat guy that you don't like on the Jimmy Dore video, that's Eddie Pepitone, and he's actually a very, very, very sweet man, and usually pretty funny. But you are right. It
was just his time.
He wasn't getting a little bit. Yeah, I agree. Sometimes his timing ain't great, but he's a sweet, sweet man.
He doesn't seem like a.
There's a reason Jimmy lets him on his live shows.
It's like Jimmy was tolerating him for a second. He was kind of looking at him like,
"Hey,
dude, I'm blowing up here. Just calm down."
I was at that live show. He's a good guy.
You were at that show? At that same exact
Yeah,
show?
in Hollywood. Yeah, at the Hollywood Hollywood
fuck.
show that
Where do
video
you
came
live
from.
at, Winkle? Where?
In fucking Santa Clarita, North LA County.
Oh, awesome. So, dude, we should go. I'll go up there with you.
I go to the Flappers show every month.
Really?
Every month.
Oh, you're lucky.
Yeah, that was
Fuck,
my
let me know when
first
you're
time
going.
going to a Hollywood show.
Let me know when you're going. I'll
It's-
fucking drive up and. I wanna
Dude,
go
go to
see it.
jimmydorecomedy.com. Look at his
Hey,
date,
Shirley.
and there you go.
Hey,
Okay.
everyone.
Hey,
I'm
Eric, how you doing, buddy?
I'm always at the Burbank ones, the ones that are in Burbank
Yeah.
at
Hey, Rebel.
Flappers. You can always catch me there.
Hey,
Okay.
Taylor. Hey, Garden.
What's up,
Hey,
man?
I'll
Winkle.
look it
Hey,
up.
Hey,
Jake.
Eric.
Hey,
Kick
Redneck.
TYT.
Kick TYT to the corporate curb. No, kick the TYT to the exit curb.
Just
Jimmy
kick.
Dore is the
Keep
only
kicking.
reason I'm still a member now. It used to be Jordan Cheriton and Jimmy Dore were my only reason for remaining a TYT member.
Yeah,
Now it's only Jimmy Dore.
yeah, my reason.
And I
is
haven't, and I, yeah, sorry.
People
I just
think
want-
Jimmy Dore is with TYT, and he explained it at his live show. I think it was Sunday. Yes, he said, "I'm not with TYT. They don't pay me." He said, "I have to pay them to come on their show." He said he enjoys going on
Sure.
it.
No,
That's
it's
it.
not. It's not paying them to go on their show. It's like it's how networks work. When you subscribe to a network of YouTube channels, you pay them, and they help you with like legal protection and that kind of bullshit. He gets
Right.
paid whenever he goes on like the TYT main show, but it's just like
Right.
he doesn't. He's not making money from like being a part of that TYT network. He's actually paying dues to be a part of that and get like their whole legal fucking bullshit backing his fucking show. That'd be the and also him explaining that he's right. He does always get to say whatever he wants whenever he does go on. So why the fuck does he need to leave? If they start stifling him, then yeah, let him fucking leave. Fuck it. But as long as they let him say what he wants, why the hell does he need to leave?
That's
Because
right.
they're a scumbag organization. That's why he needs to leave.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
they are.
Let Tay
Yeah.
wanted to say. Sorry, Tay.
Yeah, the only people I like with TYT now is Jimmy Dore, Kyle Kalinske, and Mike Figueredo. And man, those guys need to be freed from TYT.
Yeah, I keep forgetting Kyle and Mike are part of that network too. But I know, yeah, I see Jimmy and Mike and Kyle as just doing their own fucking thing.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. Kyle does get a lot into fucking like Justice Democrats and always has got to mention that whenever the fuck he can. But
So what's gonna
besides that, he
happen?
usually has great insight on policy.
Okay, so what's gonna
Sorry,
happen?
go.
Hey Benji. So what happens
Hi.
on December 12th if net neutrality goes south? Because what's going to happen to TYT, Jimmy Dore, YouTube, Google, which a lot of these major, serious Comcast, Time Warner corporations are going to monopolize the industry, and they're going to, good
They'll
luck.
be fine. Like TYT will be fine. It's got a special partnership through YouTube and Google. And
Yeah, everybody who's already established will be fine.
All right, it's
Anybody
like
small or new or
What
starting
about
out.
Twitch? What about
And-
Twitch?
Well,
Twitch
that's
might be
just like RT was taking off my cable station here. At one time, I was able to watch it on going to Google to watch different shows I watched. Now they block it. They put up something on the screen. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I go to Firefox. I can watch it now.
I mean, really, I think what's gonna really hurt is like the YouTubers. They're gonna have to depend everything on Patreon, everything, and it's gonna be really hard. Like when it comes
Whatever.
to money.
I don't care.
I wanted to apologize for TYT and just say they're really bad, but I think all they're doing is just really kind of falling in line with all the other media outlets and just doing the same thing they are, which is just betraying, where their partisanship is or whatever there that lies, and they're they're just kind of trying to make things seem not so bad for the Democrats and kind of like use fancy like words and fancy arguments like talking real fast and kind of making some sense and then not making sense at all, just to sort of like make some overall point and sort of just like with their just like nudge you towards believing it, or just like come on, just go ahead and I don't know. I don't think they're super villains or anything. I just think they're just not what they portray themselves, or they're not all that they like try to act like they are or something.
They're just like at the level of some scummy carnival barker who scams, like, who maybe runs a pickpocketing scam at the fair. They're not like Hitler level evil or anything.
Yeah, and I bet
they're just fake news. Fake news.
and I bet you in the future, I bet Jordan Sheridan will be glad he got fired from TYT. As long as he can like keep up with his truth against the machine. But of course, with net neutrality goes away. I don't know.
Jordan's looking for a settlement is what he's doing. Like he's afraid, like he knows that TYT is afraid to open their books. And he knows if it goes to court, they'll have to. So he's gambling that they will settle out of court when he sues them.
Yeah, that's pretty insightful. That's a pretty good point.
I don't understand why he didn't just resign and take the severance.
Because he thinks he could sue for more.
Yeah.
He got
Good
booted.
point.
I mean, the only thing that Jordan's going to miss from TYT is the money he got to drink and party.
That's pretty funny, Taylor.
Jordan set up his business model based on.
I think on this channel it's been discussed before that like when people are at least when they believe what they're saying, that they're kind of like better than the other people who are really just like joy reading us or something, or Rachel Maddowing us, or like that they
Maddowing.
Like, but I think Jordan Sheridan was like not what he was supposed to be, and but I think that actually that's different between like I don't know, I'm pretty sure like with Mike Figueredo and Jimmy Dore and Kyle Kalinske, I'm pretty sure they're really at least they have their excuse, they have their like their reasons that they support our revolution and stuff. It's justified for them. It does make sense in some way, but I don't know. Like I'm weary of the people asking for donations, no matter where it's at. Like, unless without concrete, with something more concrete, something.
That's why specific candidates.
Who
my
got
money
that?
goes to specific candidates.
Who got that? Who got that?
Wasn't mean.
I heard. Eh.
Yeah, I heard it.
Oh, that was me. I turned my TV off.
Oh.
Sounded like an old internet like dial-up noise.
Yeah,
That's
remember
what
that?
I was thinking.
Guys remember that?
No, that's like a warning, like one of those weather warnings.
Oh yeah, the Amber
Amber
alert.
alert, yeah.
You're not to turn them off. You're supposed to listen.
Is that what you're supposed to do?
Yeah.
Then how come every time living in LA, every time one of those comes on, it says flash flood warning? And guess what? A flood has never fucking happened.
No, yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah, like people are just not paying attention to their Amber alerts anymore. It's kind of like the same situation of like when a car alarm goes on and like people just they think it's like just happened by mistake. People don't even look.
So, do you guys think? You guys see my monoterms? My monoterms.
Your monoterm.
My monoterms.
Is that what you're calling your litmus test now?
No, it's different. It's just what was happening is what's happened for a long time is we've got cognitive dissonance, which Norch is going to explain exactly how that works, and then the absolute and total resistance of absolute fact, and then the people a lot in the Bible Belt. No offense against you, Stevie, because you're stuck in that crap. Yeah, but the thing is the Stockholm Syndrome. These people that vote totally against their interests, and I don't even think they have interests until they're told to have interests. It seems to me. So there's three things. It's just not
you
wanting
must
to accept fact or accept information and process it, and just going by what the mainstream media or what Fox tells them to do, what Rush Limbaugh tells them to do, what Rachel Maddow tells them what to do. You know, all these
what Pat
media
Roberts
whores tell them what to do.
That is
People love
one.
their bubbles.
Corporatist cultists. Corporatist
That is
cultists.
But I don't think it's their fault, though. That's the thing. I think it's the lack of, a good education does help.
Right. I mean, and it's not their fault the way the Bible's written the way it is, too.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not saying
I think it's,
about
I
religion.
mean, James, there's people with a good education, they still fall for this stuff.
That's true. That's what's interesting, too. There's doctors and lawyers and dentists.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a
And
dentist.
college professors.
College professors
Because
that
I
are
hear
totally
Lionel
with and
Nation,
for.
Lionel Nation talk about his professional friends, he doctors, lawyers,
Yeah.
and they be like, he's like talking to them, what do you mean? What are you talking about?
I
And
think
there's
this
atheists.
subject-
There are lawyers. There, which I think is the most oddest thing, is the black gay doctor or social worker that's a woman that votes for Trump. I'm sorry, that just seems totally crazy to me.
there's a big difference between like having know-how and being smart, being able to like critically think about things, and then having a profession. Because look at Ben fucking Carson. He's a fantastic fucking neurosurgeon. But Jesus Christ, is he fucking like... he's
doesn't
just like...
that scare you guys?
When is the last time you actually operated on somebody? That's the big question.
That's true. I don't know.
I don't think he's touched anybody's scalp in like decades. I wouldn't trust him.
Mm-mm.
If the guy walks up to you and he's like, I'm going to rip open your skull and pull a tumor out, you're like,
But yeah,
no, you're not.
I would say
No,
it's
you're not.
education is important, and having a populace that's generally able to do basic critical thinking is important. But then also, for everyone that is smart and is and can critically think, it's a lack of information. It's a lack of the right information. They're just being fed all this propaganda all their fucking lives about these two fucking parties, what they stand for, what they mean, what they hear they stand for, even when they're low, especially for low information people. They'll just... There's a lot. I come across a lot of people that just think they're politically astute because they watch CNN. It's like, oh, I know what I'm talking about because I watched this, and that doesn't make you know what the fuck you're talking about, especially when they're not giving you any or all of the information you need to make an informed decision.
Right, and that's the thing, and that's the thing about net neutrality. I mean, it's like, once that goes away, it's like there's going to be a lot more ignorant people, and it's not going to be their fault.
Yeah. When people can't pay for the basic things to get on the internet, I keep telling people that, and people are like, no, that's not. Or I keep telling people specifically about how, you're all of a sudden going to start seeing internet packages and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's the way it is. Like,
this much a month for social media account, or this much a month for email.
Yeah, and
people don't believe it. They no, that's not happening. That's not going to happen.
Well, yeah, that's
watch it happen, motherfucker. That's exactly what they're trying to do.
Yeah, that's the way it is in countries that don't have net neutrality, like Portugal.
Eric want to say something.
Oh, sorry, dude.
That's all right, man.
It's okay. What was I gonna say? Like, honestly, here's one thing. Cable is so expensive. Why not people just wing off the fucking cable and just go on the internet? I mean, fuck cable. I mean, it's another way to actually boycott the fake news legacy media. I mean, you can get plenty of shit on the internet anyway. So honestly, what's the point of cable? Honestly,
well, you're not going to be able to anymore. That's the thing.
Oh,
they're going to make internet like cable, where you have to pay to be able to access certain parts of the internet.
Yep.
Yeah, but there's always going to be something else for free. and so we can just go there. I mean, like
Is there?
SoundCloud and Bandcamp for music. I mean, yeah, you can charge here or there, but there's always going to be some new band that just wants to get their stuff out there and doesn't care and puts it out on the website for free.
That's a
Right.
good point.
And you know, and also with social media too, you know, it's gonna be where you have to pay to use that, and we already pay for that by paying for car insurance. Car insurance sponsors like a lot of stuff from the internet and like social media. So it's like it's, you know, and that's another thing that a lot of people don't realize too.
I'm considering canceling my YouTube Red because all the shows I like are already demonetized. You know, or a lot of things.
Oh, but we make money from YouTube Red when they're demonetized. That's like the only way we make money. Because we won't get them from ads playing at all on demonetized videos. Ads won't play, but we'll still get the percentage from Red views because they don't watch any ads at all anyway. So they're not seeing any ads. So we just get a percentage of YouTube Red viewers. So you're actually hurting ones that are. You're actually hurting ones that are. People that are getting demonetized if you have YouTube Red by canceling.
Interesting.
Yeah, like I keep everything decentralized because honestly, I don't give a shit. Because I just want to freely say whatever I want. And plus, you know, like, oh, you can't say Hillary Clinton is a cunt. I'm going to demonetize you. I was like, you know what? That's my right to free speech. I'll say whatever the fuck I want.
Yep.
So Hillary Clinton is the biggest cunt on the face of this world.
Thanks for demonetizing me, Eric. I appreciate that.
And that's another thing, you know, without net neutrality, I mean, that puts like our freedom of speech in crisis too. You know, it's like they could like just demonetize like pretty much anybody they don't like.
The point,
sorry.
So the point of net neutrality going through, or if they vote to get rid of net neutrality, the worst thing is it's the beginning of the end. When they have that kind of power, they're going to put more restrictions and they're going to start to control and further monopolize what we see and hear on the, because the worst thing that the two-party oligarchy, or if you want to call it the shadow government, or if you want to call it the deep state, whatever you want to call it, all these people that are high up on the totem pole that control everything we hear, see, touch, taste, feel, etc., they're going to, and they are, and they have been for several years now, a few decades, pulling away more and more of our freedoms, more and more, so they can corner us into a box where we just have no other choice but to conform. And that's if you put all the pieces together, you can see that happening.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be you either have internet or no internet, pretty much.
Well,
Like
just
with
what
me,
they
I'm-
want you to see, and I mean, you know,
Right.
Yeah.
It's like where it's like you can either have internet
will-
their way or not have internet. That's what it's
People
gonna
will
be.
make up their own internet and we could actually support them. I mean, I oppose censorship of all kind. Honestly, fuck censorship. Even if you don't like to have to hear it, at least hear what you. At least with me, hear what at least the person has to say. Though, I mean, it's like one thing. But, you know, if it's like, you know, with me and mainstream media, I don't like how they propagate. And plus, you know, they always use honestly, I am tired of the fake news media, legacy media, using everything as a fucking wedge issue. It pisses me the fuck off. And that's why I boycott them. Honestly, they would rather focus on like wedge issues like, oh, Trump said this. Oh, Trump said that. Oh, Trump the pussy grabber. It pisses me off. I don't want to watch that kind of fucking shit. It's people complaining about fucking stupid nonsense and distraction. That's what I would treat them. That's what I treat the legacy media. It's a fucking distraction and it's annoying and I hate them all. I wouldn't want to watch them. And plus, if I had to watch it and I would record my reactions and I would actually shout to the screen telling them how much I don't fucking like them. And I wish I could tell you that right to your fucking face. Then you'll probably get some fucking sense into their fucking thick, idiotic skulls while they're reading their fucking transcripts like it's fucking Shillywood Hollywood bullshit.
And Hillary Clinton is a cunt.
XYT.
Go, Eric. Go,
Yeah.
Eric.
Go, Eric.
Hillary
Go,
Clinton.
Eric. Go, Eric.
Yeah,
Go,
and
go.
another thing, a lot of these mainstream medias aren't talking about neutrality.
Fucking epic
They're in
rant.
favor of getting rid of it, because
Booyah.
right, because like these like Comcast, a lot of mainstream medias and Comcast are and Verizon, they're the main ones that want to get rid of net neutrality. So
Well,
we need to have like the internet. Like I watched Sticks Hexenhammer 666, and what I actually 100% agree with him. We need. Oh, what was it? I'm trying to think of it. It was like
the
something
black
for,
web,
Pirate.
trying to think of
Internet?
what.
the black
Let me
net.
find the link
Yeah.
of.
No, I watch that guy. He's kind of spot on sometimes.
Oh, I really like what he has to say, and plus, I always like what he says about the legacy media.
Mhm.
well, do you find it? Didn't Kim, Kim, didn't he? I said it wrong. Didn't he say about 2 weeks ago that his internet is almost ready to go?
I mean,
No, he
I mean,
did.
if that,
There was something that he did about
Yeah.
syrup, and I think it was a racial mark that was misunderstood. That's
here it
that's
is.
that's from what I heard.
Hmm.
It's that they took it out of context. I think they're just going. I think they're just going after the kid. Honestly, I like a
Oh,
lot of the
yeah.
stuff he said.
Bitch.
What surprises me is that Jimmy Dore doesn't drive around in a fucking Pope tank, if you know what I'm talking about, with bulletproof glass doors and like a little golf cart that has bulletproof glass. You know what I mean? The guy's pushing it, and he's got a pretty big following. And I'm really concerned.
I think he drives a Honda.
Yeah, he drives a fucking Tercel or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I posted the link in the Zoom group chat and
Thank you.
posted the link.
Thank you very much, Eric. Thank you very much.
I have to watch it again, but he's pretty spot on, 100%.
Kick TYT.
Kick him to the exit curb.
Son
They
of a-
need to
What is
go.
there?
Oh,
Okay, so then
yeah.
there's RT. So then there's RT, and RT was just recently. I mean, camp. What the fuck is? Anyway,
Lee Camp.
Lee Camp fucking was livid about them having to register as a foreign entity.
But anyway, yeah, Eric. I
That's crazy.
Eric, I'm subscribed to that guy too.
He's really cool. I
Yeah.
like what he has to
Mhm.
say.
Yeah, and he's a Satanist. Did you know that?
What?
Yeah, that guy's a Satanist.
He believes in Satan.
Well, no, not he. Yeah, most Satanists don't believe in Satan like the way the Bible is. The way the Bible.
What is? I don't
it.
understand. Garden, do you know anything about Satanism?
Yep.
I do.
Satanism is like a philosophy basically that uses like rituals and symbolism to turn up your psyche. It's not about an external god or an external devil or anything.
Oh, it's not.
Probably Taylor, you could probably
Right.
Taylor,
I
Go
haven't
ahead,
watched
Taylor.
all of his videos, so I don't know. I don't say I don't say anything, but I don't know I don't know his beliefs, but with me, I always like what he has to say.
Well, see, originally when he first started on YouTube, it was just about Satanism, and that's kind of when he was more of a liberal because he was also a Democrat. And I guess that was maybe during early Obama years, or maybe during close to the end of the Bush years.
He's been around for a long time. I do know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then later on, he rejected the Democrats, and he's obviously he supports Trump. But I mean, I think he's not really that bad. He's kind of more like a hard bastard, kind of like Trump supporter.
Yeah, I see him. Definitely more as a hard bastard for sure.
You're right, and and he pretty much just talks about politics anymore. He doesn't really talk about Satanism like he used to.
Hey, they
Like-
caught the serial killer in Seminole, Florida.
What?
Yep.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Wow.
They caught him or what?
Oh, he's into the occult. Oh yeah, the occult literature. I like the occult literature. That Styx does. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that was like started by Anton LaVey, you know, like the Church of Satan and again, like the Satanic Bible.
If you want to see an interesting interview, watch. There's this one preacher, I can't remember his name, but he interviewed Anton LaVey's daughter Zena and her husband, like back in the 80s or something, and they go all into like the philosophy of Satanism, and it's a really interesting conversation. It's Zena LaVey and Nicholas Schreck is her husband's name. And then I can't remember the name of the dude who interviewed them, but he was like a hardcore Christian.
Mm-hmm. The only thing is, since Anton LaVey died, and now it's Peter Gilmore, he's now the high priest of the Church of Satan. It's gotten really elite, and it's gotten really expensive to try to be a member. Or it's like about $200 just to be a member online for the Church of Satan, and that's what caused the breakup, where Lucius, I believe it's Lucius Reeves, he like broke away from the Church of Satan, started the Satanic Temple. That's more of a non-profit organization. I mean, yeah, it does cost money for membership, but it's not. I mean, it's like maybe like $25 to like for like a membership card, and really they fight for like good things of like for like secularism. Like one time, like when like Oklahoma City, like the Capitol building at Oklahoma City, they were like trying to put like 10 commandments on the Capitol building grounds, and the Satanic Temple came there saying, hey, well, you know, if you're going to put 10 commandments there, then, you know, then we're going to have like this pagan, like this satanic, like goat statue right next to it, or like Baphomet. And here I'm going to like go online and show you what it looks like.
But I'm going to show you guys. So Sticks and Hexenhammer.
Six Hexenhammer 666.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
He's been around.
That is
He's
way
been on.
too long.
Yeah, he's been on YouTube since 2008. That's a long fucking time, man.
Yeah,
He's got 100, but that long and with 185,000 subscribers, that's not a lot of people for that duration of time, honestly.
He's actually been around for 10 years. 2007.
It says joined November 2008. That's what it says on his YouTube. I'm just saying what it says. It's a long time, Eric. It's a pretty long time. So that's pretty cool. Then what's interesting about this guy is, honestly, I listen to a couple of things he's good, but when you guys are watching and listening to people, please do what Evan says. Do what I've been saying. Do what Garden's been saying. Do what everybody's been saying. Chickadee, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Check your resources. Make sure that you guys have done your due diligence. Reference everything. If you need to, go to the horse's mouth. Call a senator. Call a representative. Talk to their intern. Find out what they're really saying. Blah, 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 blah. Just, I just be careful with these guys because they have a narrative sometimes. Sometimes they have a agenda. Okay, I actually have an agenda. My agenda is to save the planet and all of its inhabitants. I think a lot of people are on the same page that I am. So
My only agenda is to protect the First. My major agenda is to protect the First Amendment.
Nice. That's a perfect one. That is one of the greatest words. Thank you, Eric. That's a good one.
I'll take number 2.
Second Amendment?
Yes.
She wants to protect the Second Amendment?
I'd like to buy a vowel.
I would take like 1 and 4. Those are like my favorite. I mean, the Fourth Amendment died long ago by the Patriot Act, so that needs to come back. Yeah. And then 1, I mean, 1 is pretty much in crisis already.
It's like,
I love that 23rd Amendment. I don't know what it's for, but I just like that number.
There's 27, isn't there?
I think.
Yeah.
What were you smoking while you were away?
Now, I was looking for my weed. I found it, and now I'm loading one up.
Nice.
God, I
Yeah,
wish I could get done with
My
this.
my roommate took my bag, mistaking it for his own.
How many times has that happened?
Oh, that was an accident. You know that
Twice in the last 24
that?
hours.
Yeah, it's the Baphomet statue at the Temple of Satan.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Who is that?
That's Baphomet, like the kind of like the statue that the Temple of Satan uses. And they say, you know,
Okay.
if you have like
Bahamut?
if you have like 10 commandments, like at a public building, we put that statue right next to it. You know, it's like it's religious equality.
Get rid of the kids.
It's called Bahamut.
Baphomet.
How do you spell that?
Here, let me get online to do that. Yeah, they also make coloring books for kids, satanic coloring books, and the reason for that is because of Bible coloring.
All right.
I'm friends with the Satanist myself. Voted for him for local office. He didn't win, but he's a great guy.
There's nothing wrong with Satanism. Like I think
There really isn't.
It's too stuck on being a counter to Christian philosophy. Like it uses like Taylor was saying, if the Christians do something, then the Satanists feel they have to do something.
Right.
It's kind of reactive, but the philosophy itself, like it's like a libertarian philosophy. It's like libertarianism.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty much like it's pretty much the support of secularism, pretty much like the separation of church and state. So like while atheists, you know, they just want to like, you know, get rid of all like, you know, like religious stuff off of the Capitol buildings. The way the Satanists play, they say, okay, you can have that, but we have something that we want too, you know.
Hey, can we start a church? Call it the Mono Church.
Oh yeah.
And we can get tax write-offs. We could all be employees and, you know, pass around the bowl during people. But this bowl's different. It's the same bowl that Winkle's using. Instead of taking money out of the bowl, we're taking a hit off the bowl. That's the difference.
I'll pass out the communion.
I'm going to show you guys a quick video. I got this from the Green Party, and I thought it was pretty cool. But the thing was that I just like, so how are you going to do this? Hopefully you can hear it. I'm going to unplug this, do this. Okay, there's somebody's typing or something. I can hear some serious typing.
Sorry.
No worries, dude. All right, so you guys can see the screen.
All
right, so hold on.
A fundraising message to all Green Party Group followers and content creators. Convert social capital into economic capital. In most social media platforms, we create the work, and the owners get paid for it. Now there's a way where we get paid to create and comment. In Facebook, a like equals thanks. On this Green Party fundraising incubator, a like equals money. Learn more. Contact Fred Wilson at escapingculture@gmail.com.
Do you want to play that again?
A fundraising message to all Green Party Group followers and content creators. Convert social capital into economic capital. In most social media platforms, we create the work, and the owners get paid for it. Now there's a way where we get paid to create and comment. In Facebook, a like equals thanks. On this Green Party fundraising incubator, a like equals money. Learn more. Contact Fred Wilson at escapingculture@gmail.com.
Thanks, but no thanks.
I know. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck. I emailed the guy. I'm going to see what he says.
Like, hearing that was like, what?
A like equals money?
No, it sounds like a fucking affiliate group crap.
That does.
I get that shit emailed to me all the time. Join, be an affiliate.
Yeah, it sounded like a commercial.
Yeah, because of the peppy music. Oh,
I
it's
know.
supposed to be like all jolly and stuff, and it's gonna get you into what you call it, the commercial, and make you all poppy and happy and all this other shit that goes along with it. But not talking about talking about something about real issues. But we're gonna get to the real issues right after this.
Something that would
That's funny, dude.
something that would really be better for the Green Party to do is if they did cosplay as elves, like in Magic the Gathering, and they had like this elvish music, and if they use that stuff, man, a lot of people would support them. Like a lot of the nerds, Magic fans and like D&D fans, they would all be in on that.
I think, I'm starting to think that what's going to happen with the Green Party is at some point they're going to become useless to us, and it's going to be the party afterwards that we're going to want to really support.
I believe that.
In the meantime, we should continue to support the Green Party because that's the only way to speed the evolution of the process along.
I don't know. I think, as long as we have electoral colleges, there's no way a third party could rise. And I learned this in government class. And it's really why the Populist Party back in the 1800s weren't able to rise. And the electoral colleges aren't the only problem. There's lots of problems. And another major problem is the fact that they can't get into debates. That's another problem. But I think the core of the problem is the electoral colleges.
The super delegates are bad. That's
and it's like what really gets under my skin is as soon as Trump wins, he doesn't win the popular vote, then people start bashing about the electoral colleges. They should have been bashed against as soon as it became law. It's
not when it comes into into their favor of thinking, oh, this isn't fair to us, let us be fucking triggered.
Right.
Yeah, honestly, they got fucking triggered by electoral college and oh, our candidate didn't win. Oh, Hillary didn't win. Let's be triggered. Oh, let's blame the electoral college.
Yeah. Oh, there were plenty on the right doing that during the Obama years as well.
I know, but where were you guys during the 1700s when it became law, or when they were considered? Well, actually, people didn't know what politicians were doing that time. It was kind of all behind closed doors. But
1790, it was all the rich landowners.
Right, but as soon as it became law, why didn't you fight against it?
That's the American way, political apathy.
Right.
My trigger.
You get
Gordon,
triggered by a civil war? What? You don't like having to fight your own brethren? You fucking triggered little pussy. That was a weird tangent.
What's your Twitter, Winkle? Bernie Bro?
@the_Bernie_bro.
Okay, man.
Maybe I should just say the, but you usually say the when the next word you say, it starts with a vowel, and the next word I say is underscore, so I always say the instead of the.
That is, I think, proper grammar.
So then people will type in THEE instead of just, like I'm saying the. But no, the underscore Bernie Bro the underscore Bernie underscore Bro.
Okay.
Can you believe the Bernie Bro and Bernie Bro? Those are already taken. So I was left with that fucking ridiculous. Sorry.
No worries, man.
Then we know your trigger.
Did you hear that a car bomb went off at France Ministry in Aden, Yemen yesterday? 2 casualties. Yep, that happened.
Where'd you hear that on?
RT broke that story.
Oh.
Yeah, it's dumb the way they're trying to
And
get rid of art.
Reuters broke it too.
They're trying to make it like a foreign nation, news media nation, RT.
Yeah, they're trying to exclude RT from U.S. media influence or something. They're doing it on a bunch of fronts, from Facebook to cable to all kinds of stuff.
I know, and then like I remember CNN like did this news article against them saying RT in a nutshell.
Well, CNN are a bunch of a bunch of fucking fake news scam artists anyway. I mean, CNN is fake news. I mean, CNN is just the Clinton news network ran by Hillary Clinton and the DNC. We're pro Hillary. Oh, we're not gonna let Hillary. Oh, we're gonna put Hillary Clinton in the safe space, the establishment safe space. We're gonna keep her in the safe space. We have to not talk about Hillary. We have to have everyone be triggered by Donald Trump. He's the one that's attacking Hillary Clinton's safe space. Oh,
I honestly think you're describing MSNBC more than CNN, because remember, CNN's the network that fucking hired Jeffrey fucking Lord and fucking that other who's that other Trump guy that like assaulted a woman.
Honestly, they all fucking do it.
Lewandowski.
One thing I give CNN credit for is firing Donna Brazil. Like when she was like, that's one.
What the fuck else are they supposed to do?
And let me, and I bet you if they didn't fire her, there is no way she would have gotten out and told this truth.
If she didn't get, hell, if they didn't fire her, I'd rather they didn't fire her, because then if they didn't fire her, then she wouldn't have been fucking interim fucking chair. Maybe.
I cannot stand her.
Oh, she still would have been, irregardless.
Hey, can you guys see YouTube? Do you guys bring up? I mean, there's a lot of screens. There's a lot going on. And you guys are probably just watching the Zoom. But on YouTube, I put up, because I'm plugging the show for Friday. And somebody made, I don't know who made the original.
I made it.
Oh, cool.
It's very nice.
What time is that going to be at?
Can you see the new one
That's
I made?
nice.
Garden?
That's nice.
Yeah, I saw it.
That's really
okay. So
cool.
that one, just to let you know, I couldn't really fit us in there very well, so I put us in there. But because I think we're part of it, you know what I'm saying?
Well, sometimes less is more, dude. That's why I didn't cram us all in there. I just put the link and the show name in the text.
Okay, I just did it, so it's too late now.
It's fine.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Stevie had a picture on there, and everybody's smiling and nice, and then Stevie's picture's like...
The problem is, Stevie, like, what I did to get those pictures was I went through a couple of videos and just screenshotted someone's face. I could never find one where you were smiling and looking at the camera.
No, that's right. No. Yes.
Hey, and that's what the issue is.
No, because you can't. If you see that, that's the only one. She smiles every once in a lot, but she's never like smiling and looking into the camera. There's not one. And I went through like 3 or 4 of these things.
But
that one, that's the closest she got to the camera with a nice little smile.
I tried to make
I missed it.
Stevie, if you want me to switch out like any of the pictures, like just let me know else.
No, it's like it's real. It's honest. I have resting bitch face.
I don't think you look bitchy in that one. I don't know.
No, this one you look really good.
No. It was good, but you know, I talk about a lot of depressing shit, so I'm usually not too smiley when I'm on my channel.
Well, perk up your head and cheer up.
Put on a
happy face.
I went through a bunch of your videos, Steve. I probably spent like in total on and off probably about 15 minutes looking for a picture with you looking at the camera and smiling. I couldn't find it.
I'm starting to get comments on my own videos that I'm getting like a Charles Manson look in my eyes sometimes.
Oh yeah, he recently died.
And I'm like, oh yeah, I see what they mean.
Hey, would you believe a pen pal came and picked up his body?
What?
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
What?
Yeah. TMZ broke that. A pen pal came to get his body.
Pen pal, like the company Pen pal.
No.
No,
Somebody that
a
used to write him while he was in prison.
That must have been.
Was it that one woman that was going to like turn him into like a suitcase or something, or was going to sell his body? I don't know. One of his girlfriends or something was going to do something screwed up with his body, and he was just like, "Oh no, that's too fucked up for me, man. I'm out."
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't meet Charles Manson's standards, okay, man? Like, go reevaluate your life.
Yeah, I know. I know. There's like this. I know there's like this Satanist who like has some of his hair, and he has it like framed. So I bet it's like worth a lot of money now.
Oh God, when I get to laughing like
matter
this,
of
it's
fact,
like
it's a guy as his pen pal found something in court yesterday to get his body.
I can't believe they still have pen pals. Wasn't that like on
What the fuck else are they
company?
gonna do?
You know, that's weird.
I wonder who he was. And pen pal, like a snail mail, like just smelling to each other.
I didn't know they had that.
And they say Charles Manson left everything to him.
Wow.
oh man, I would have become a pen pal to him.
He's dead.
I would have though. I didn't know you could do that with him.
Yeah, and did you know that, like he was obsessed with that song Helter Skelter by the Beatles? I remember they made a movie about Charles Manson called Helter Skelter. And
yeah, I remember that movie.
Yeah.
That was gruesome.
Yeah, but Helter Skelter, apparently that was the name of a slide, like on a playground. So that's like with the Beatles, like I guess it was like a slide that the Beatles would like play on and a song about it. Because
but Charles
when I get
Manson,
up to the roof, yeah, because like in the song, that's what they talk about. When I get up to the top and then I see you again, that's like sliding down.
Oh God, I got to work up on my cosmic telepathy. Is that how you spell it? Say it.
Cosmic
telepathy.
Telepathia.
Yeah. Then I can go and talk to him that way.
Okay.
But Charles Manson never really killed anybody. He had his followers do it, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, he was an occult leader.
Yeah, Jigsaw never kills anybody either in the Saw movies. He has people kill themselves.
Right, and like in Hitler, he didn't kill anybody. He had an army to do it for him.
He was just damn good with a fiddle. I knew that.
Bush didn't torture anybody. Just, everybody he ordered to do it did.
Exactly.
Isn't that insane?
It's all fucking...
I just can't believe the Democrats... I can't believe the Democrats is just hugging him now. Look,
it's disgusting.
I'm like, this is fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Exactly.
You know what I call that? I call it a sick dog going back to its vomit.
He was quiet. The Republicans got rid of him, kept him quiet. He was quiet for 8 years. Obama was in office. Now all of a sudden Trump get elected. He got something to say.
Uh-oh. There's a typo.
It
says the progressive sop box.
It does. I gotta go back and fix it.
I don't think there's enough room to put in another letter.
Did I fuck it up? Let me go back. God damn it.
Oh, it's fine.
It's
good. For trying to do multiple things at once.
It's all good. We're still here.
No, it isn't, man.
I mean, the design and everything look good.
It just, man, there's a deadline. I gotta have this finished.
And really, it's not just.
I gotta fucking do it over.
And really, it's
cool.
And the thing about like Bush,
You're welcome.
I was talking about and the thing about Bush, it's like to me, the same thing happened when Bush was president. Like as soon as Ronald Reagan died, then like all these people were all sad and crying. But it's like, but I mean, to me, I think but Ronald Reagan, he was like another corruption who like pretty much started this trickle down economics, and then the war on drugs and all that.
Honestly, the war on drugs, it's nothing more than fucking propaganda, fake news. I mean, it's fake news and propaganda that made drugs illegal.
And it's to it's to like go against colored and poor people pretty much.
Yeah, because it's a fucking farce. Man, my thing is, when the crack epidemic was going on in the black community, it wasn't just affecting the black community either, because we have Kensington and K&A, where the white folks are still doing heroin down there but they were poor. Nobody was saying nothing about that. But now it hit the white middle class. It's a health issue. This cracks me up.
Mm-hmm.
It really cracks me up.
It's ridiculous.
And what's even being done about that? Now that it has it, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually, from what I've read, some articles where it's actually led like some doctors to like drastically cut the amount of opioids that they can give out. But now they're giving out so little that it's turning people to heroin and other fucking like off the counter shit that's dangerous and shit.
Like NyQuil.
Which forces people, now you have two separate laws. The people that have health insurance, the people that can afford to go and get the doctors that will give them these drugs, they can pop pills all day long. But the poor people that can't afford that shit, they're on heroin, they're going to end up in jail. Their lives are ruined. But as long as you have enough money for health insurance and your prescription, buddy, you can just do it all day long until you fucking kill yourself. Or you can just check into rehab because you have money for that kind of shit. I see so many poor people here that have started out, just with an injury, because people here, actually have, blue collar jobs where they have to work for a fucking living, and they get injured a lot. Or their bodies break down over time because you can't do that kind of shit long term. And then when that happens, they put them on these drugs that they get hooked on, and then they end up on heroin. And it's just, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. And, I speak out, I speak out about this a lot because I was one of those people. They put me on painkillers when I was 11 years old. I got hooked on it. I was dependent on it. I didn't even know I was addicted until it was like way too late. And this shit happens all the time to people, all the fucking time. And then some people can get straight and sober, but some people can't. And they end up going to things like heroin. And it's really fucked up and sad that, it's the same thing like Shirley was saying. It's the same thing. It's playing out again, where you have two set of laws for two different people. One people can get by with it, and the other people will end up in jail or dead. And it's really fucked up that what we do to people is just throw them away like trash. That's what people are these days. They're trash. They're irrelevant. They've made us irrelevant, and people are dying from it.
And then I saw a documentary with this white woman. She was on heroin. She got herself straight, but she was arrested a lot and got a record. So she wants to get a job, but that was making her not get a job.
Yep. And then, obviously, then you turn to prostitution, like a lot of women drug addicts.
Yeah. That damn drug war is bullshit.
Yeah.
I know what it was meant for. It started for the Black Panthers.
Yep. And I remember when John Kerry was running against Bush back in 2014, it showed him like all praying for Ronald Reagan right after he died.
Can you imagine what it would feel like to be a person that has a lack of humanity like that?
The closest I ever came to that was when I was in the middle of addiction. Was, you don't give a shit about other people. It's just all about, what, kind of makes you feel good. And that's what these politicians, this money and all this stuff, it makes them feel good. And they don't want to think about the bad things. So they just make more money to cover up for that shit. So that's how they sleep at night. They have to make more money and more money and more money in order to sleep at night, because the things that they do are so horrible that they have to have something like that to make them feel better. It's the mono word of the day, cognitive dissonance.
Yeah.
It's like, it's their survival mechanism. If they actually thought about the shit that they did, they couldn't live with themselves. It's sad what they do. It is.
I think
Stevie,
I really
they
believe
don't have empathy.
I really believe, and everybody's been asking for this for years and years, maybe even decades now. They need to take tests. I could guarantee most of these people are over medicated in some way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
Guaranteed. If you've watched Nancy Pelosi, she's like she's a dead ringer for just being on what? I mean, fucking, you can name 1,000. She's probably taking cross-tops. Fucking volumes all day long. Who knows? But I truly believe these guys, when you have that kind of money, you have access to whatever over-the-counter drug, back of the fucking pharmacy drug that you want. They can do it. They have the power to get whatever they need and want. I guarantee most of them, so they can sleep at night, so they can keep doing their fucking bullshit, treating the rest of the world and everybody on the free planet like shit. I would say the majority of them are definitely just fucked up, or they're just narcissistic, psychopathic, fucking killing, disgusting people. Just
there's a documentary. I think it was called "I Am Fishhead," and it's about why psychopathic and sociopathic people ascend to positions of power. And it goes all into it. It's really that's really worth checking out.
And it's called what?
I think it's called I Am Fishhead.
Oh yeah, I need to check it out. Write it down.
I didn't hear that.
Oh shit! I keep sending that to fucking Cardinal. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, I was wondering what
no, it wasn't for just. I thought I can't read it sometimes. Sorry.
So I was gonna say real quick, if that's okay, about the.
Yeah, go ahead, Ben. You haven't spoken in a while. Take the floor. You know what, Ben? Take the podium. Take the podium.
Quick, actually,
no, it's okay.
So that in legal marijuana states, they're giving a lot of money to schools mainly. A lot of times, Washington's doing a special thing. Washington, look into that if you're interested. Washington State, they're doing things a little differently. But yeah, a lot of them are going to school funds. But another big thing is that they go, like especially Oregon here, they contribute a lot to addiction treatment and stuff. I think this is the article. I've got an article here. Okay, this is a recent article. It's saying that Oregon collected a total of 108.6 million in state and local taxes between basically in about a year and 4 months. $108 million. The state put about 10 million toward the Oregon Liquor Control Commission's startup costs for regulating the industry. Because we had like a regulated liquor, you have to go to a special place to get liquor. And they're basically working and handling this. So over here, but it's a really small state. Only 4 million people. So for $100 million in 16 months, it's not bad at all. So it says the rest was divided up according to a formula spelled out by law. The state school fund gets 40% or 34 million. Mental health, alcoholism, and drug services gets 20% or 17 million. Oregon State Police get 15% or 12.75 million. And the Oregon Health Authority gets 5%, which comes to 4.25 million. So it's like that in several states, and that's real money. And so that's giving people some help. So it's kind of a win-win like that, or like very good thing anyway, in my opinion. I'm sure a lot of you agree. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, we had a politician here, one of our senators, I think, he might have been the House of Delegates, but he was asking about, what can we do to cut down on the opiate epidemic? And I was just like, well, dude, pick something. I mean, you could legalize marijuana. You could, create jobs. You could, give people education. I mean, there's so many ways that we can cut back on, things like, opiates and alcohol, and go to safer alternatives. But, maybe make a state that people don't have to be wasted to live in. I don't know, just an idea. Maybe not make life less miserable to where people don't want to check out. I mean, it just seems very simple to me.
You could start throwing some of these doctors in jail. That's the other thing you can do. Like, you just can't sign scripts, like, so you can get a free trip to. They also get some kind of other crazy bonus, like, but yeah, they sign these scripts and they get rewarded for it if they sell so many units.
And like in Denver, too.
Well, you got to fault the CIA too, because they the biggest drug dealers. Our soldiers are out there in Afghanistan guarding them poppy fields.
Mm-hmm.
And they bringing that stuff over here. That's why they don't want to legalize marijuana.
And why they're going after kratom too. And that's the thing. It's like, isn't it funny that the opiate epidemic really blew up after 2000? It was about around I think 2004, 2006 is really when we started numbers pouring in. Oh, isn't that funny? Right after we go into war with these people that have all of these poppy fields. Little bit of a coincidence. Same thing that happened back in the 80s with crack. Same damn gameplay. And it's just rebranded for all poor people. It's not just black people we're targeted now. It's all poor people we're targeted. You know, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. But you know what? And that's why I always try to bring it back to, you know, what happened back in the 80s is because, you know, if it wasn't for the stuff that the black community has gone through, I wouldn't know. I would not be aware of what's happening to me now. So it's because y'all have already been through this that I can see what's happening and I can speak out about it, because if it was just happening in real time right now, I don't know if I would. I mean, I might be able to pick up on it, but the fact that they have this, you know, system, you know, it's vague. I mean, it's just right there out in your face.
Yeah, well, at least you can see it. I remember one time in my neighborhood, I was going to the store and this crackhead come up to me. I'm like, oh, Lord, don't tell me I'm going to have to cut this girl because she wants money for crack.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, and it's like our military, you know, they'll go, you know, like in Mexico, they'll like fly over Mexico, and if they can detect like a marijuana, you know, plant field, they'll drop all these like poisonous like chemicals on it. And then obviously it's like, you know, it's like marijuana, it'll have like poisonous chemicals in it, and you know, like, and then drug dealers won't know it, and then like, and the pot smokers, you know, here when they get it, you know, they're not gonna know it, and they're gonna smoke into that shit.
And like, that's like the CIA with Manuel Noriega. He was working with the CIA. When they got tired of him, where he's at now, nobody can talk to him. He's in prison. Nobody can talk to him. Can't visit him.
Yep.
Crazy.
And that's what I was saying, is like they're making us irrelevant, because it's like you force people in these situations where they're so poor, they're so desperate, and they're so miserable that either they're going to kill themselves off with drugs, or they're going to comply and fall within the system that's set up to where you have to be a total asshole to rise to the top. You know, it's like you have to you can't have it. You know, empathy is something that they teach us as a weapon. You know, like they teach us that because it's like, you know, I mean, you see this on kids shows and all these different things. It's like they always teach you to share and be thoughtful. I mean, when you're a kid, right? But as an adult, they tell you that those things are bad. But when you're a kid, you know, that's how you weed out the weak ones. That's how you weed out the ones that, I mean, that's how they see it. I see it as a strength, because when you care about other people, you know, you can bring other people into your group and it makes you stronger. But they see it as a weakness. They see it as something that's going to hold you back from success. That's why they teach us that shit.
God, I never thought about that.
Use that as our strength. You know, I mean, they want to pose it as a weakness, but it isn't. It's the only thing that's making it a weakness is the fact that, you know, there's so much misinformation out there that we can't connect to one another. That, you know, we create all these false, you know, fights and splits and things. So, you know.
Well, Eisenhower warned about our intel. He did. And what they're doing now, they're destroying what FDR had put in place.
Oh yeah, I mean, Ronald Reagan, you know, fucked up.
Thanks to the fucking Democrats.
Yeah, I mean, where he got rid of a lot of like the FDR policies. like the deregulation of like businesses.
And Clinton started that, the deregulation.
Yeah, I mean,
That fucking cunt.
yeah, I mean, I remember like
No, Bill, Eric, it was Bill.
yeah, Bill.
Well,
Yeah,
he's a
but-
cunt.
Yeah, I remember this guy that he's been on Jimmy Dore. He's really good. He's an author, and he wrote like the book Listen Liberal. I forgot his name though, but he's like, I mean, I'm sure you could find it if you type in the book Listen Liberal. And he's been on Jimmy Dore. I mean, Jimmy Dore even read that book. He said he liked it, and yeah, I've seen him like in an interview where he talked about his book and about like about how like the Democratic Party has begun, and he said that like Bill Clinton is pretty much like like put the final nail in the coffin of like the New Deal act that FDR had. It's like he put the final nail in the coffin of the New Deal where it can't come back. And like him approving with NAFTA and all that.
He deregulated the FCC because I remember my phone bill. I'm like, when I had Verizon, I'm like, why I'm being charged all these charges, these different taxes, and I'm not even making long distance calls.
I know, and then I remember to hear a bunch of this propaganda about Bill Clinton saying he gets along with black people. It's like his spirit is black.
No, I've heard that so many times. He's our first black president.
I know, and I remember.
Oh God, it makes me sick, especially the way that he exploited the black community and how he fucked them over, and they want to turn around and say, "Oh, he was the first black." Oh, fuck! Just get out of here with that shit, man.
I know, and I remember they even asked that question to Obama during a presidential debate in 2008. And I mean, how humiliating, embarrassing that is to have a question to Obama.
I mean, Obama's just a lecturing, lily tower, limousine lecturing moral authoritarian. Honestly, he's just swayed with the way he talks, and plus he fucks over people no matter who the fuck they are. He's a fucking scumbag. I mean, especially what he did to those Native Americans at fucking Standing Rock. I don't stand for that fucking shit.
And he also bailed out an equity firm before he left that make renters pay higher rent.
Motherfucker.
Well, in my opinion, we've never had like a president who came out of the black community. Obama is some kind of he's one of these world citizens who lives here and there throughout his life and was educated in elite schools and what have you. He didn't come out of the American black experience. I don't care what the color of his skin is, but he was not culturally African American.
Yeah, I mean, his mom is white.
He was our first mixed president.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't even black, really. His first non-white president is a better way to put it.
Yeah.
And it's sad. It's so sad because it's like I really fully believe that, I was like, here's a black man. I'm like, he's going to understand, the plight of average Americans. He's going to have more sympathy for people that get the shit into the deal. It's like, but he didn't because he sold out. He sold out. I don't know when he sold out, but he sold out at some point. And all it was about was those bankers and who's going to line his pockets.
Oh.
He disappointed me so much. He was talking about he was going to walk on the picket lines with the unions against NAFTA and stuff like that. He ain't do none of that shit. Bernie Sanders did it.
Yeah, exactly.
I believe he was brought in, Obama was brought in, I think, on purposely just to make us sleepy and all comfortable and
safe space. Honestly, Obama is an establishment SJW. He lectures like a moral authoritarian, claiming to have moral authority. Oh, I'm going to, focus on this struggle, but really go back to my safe space in my Lily Tower limousine. because I'm part of the establishment. I was there as an actor. Like,
it's
you
just
know,
disgusting, dude. It's disgusting how they exploit people's racial tensions and racial biases and all this. It just pisses me off.
And you know what's so sad? My community, a lot of them, they look at him as the Messiah, and it pisses me off.
That has to really hurt you, Shirley.
Yeah, and it's like in museums
pisses me
too.
off.
I mean, like, are like, here is James still here? I guess he's gone.
James on break.
And plus, he droned and bombed countries. He continued all that shit and made it worse.
Yeah, because you know when my husband tells me, he's like, "Oh, sure." I said, "You know, Libya, they have an open slave trade." He told me, "Well, I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about what's happening here." I'm like, "You need to worry about it because what they doing over there, they're going to do it over here."
I know,
Exactly.
and Obama, I mean, he deported more immigrants than George W. Bush. I mean, I guess.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah, like the most on record keeping he did, I guess. And really, it's like, and it's not just, it wasn't just Mexicans. He also deported a lot of, like, you know, Africans too that were here.
I don't normally say the word hate, but this is one president that if I were to say I hate a person, that one. I don't know why. I feel more betrayed by him.
Yeah. By who? By who, Rebel?
By Obama.
So, like,
oh yes, I do too. Because I was Rebel.
More.
I was the staunch supporter of him because my husband was like, "What the? How much money you sent to his campaign?" Because I got an invitation to his inauguration. He's like, "How much money you spent?" I said, "I'm just so happy. Maybe it's going to be a change." And then when he got in there, I saw him bringing in all the Republicans. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yep.
It's just more bullshit, and it pisses people off. Like, then you got like people who like maybe aren't, you know, like, I don't want to sound too arrogant, but aren't as enlightened as some of the rest of us, and they see a black guy up there, and they're like, "Oh, you know, this guy's like, you know." Like, it ends up heightening racial tensions when you have a leader like that who continues to exploit the population under the guise of like unification or of, you know, I mean, he was able to get away with a lot of that shit simply because he was non-white.
All right,
and the right wing recognizes that, and then that gives them justification to have some of their crazier fucking beliefs, you know.
All right.
It took me 2 terms before I realized what a piece of shit he was. You know, like, that's how bad. I'm like, well, he didn't really do anything, but he didn't hurt anything. You know, and meanwhile, my 12-year-old autistic brothers tell me, dude, this guy is terrible. And I'm like, no, he's not terrible. He's just not good. You know, like, I was trying to make excuses for him. And then at the end of it, I was like, damn, man, you were right. Like, he really is. Like, he's not helping anybody. He's hurting us.
Yeah, because he brought in Geithner, Sumner, and I'm like, what? That was part of fucking crash.
You know what other mistrust I go through? I don't trust myself to never fall for bullshit again. I'm scared to believe in anything.
I'm like that now. He did the okey doke on me, and it will never happen again. The only person I trust is Bernie Sanders. That's it. Dad said people turned against him, but I didn't turn against him because the man still has a message. He put out something today about what to do with the infrastructure in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, and also, and the thing about Obama, I mean, it was just during a time when we were just so desperate because, like, you know, like with, like, you know, the recession, you know, and like the war in Iraq, it's like, and that's the thing. That's why he came up with hope and change. It was to try to fool us because we knew we were just so desperate for change that he used that and manipulated us.
He did a Trump. That's what he did to Trump.
Yep. Yeah, make
That's
America great
exactly
again.
what he did.
Yeah, make America great again. That's the
I
same.
just go back
He
to
did a Trump.
I just go back to Standing Rock, and I just remember he was right 2, 3, 4, about 6.
Hey, Rebel, you remember
about
what he
6.
said on that? He said, let's see what happens.
Wait, yeah. Just to think, I was just believing in him when he was only 6 yards from my face. And then went through all that betrayal.
Mm-hmm.
What he did to fucking Standing Rock, I can't forgive him for that.
Oh, never.
It started off right away. He handed off control of our environmental policy to BP.
Oh,
almost
yeah,
immediately.
that.
Like Citibank, Citibank, I think, picked like half his cabinet. Like just handed him a list.
Yep.
And like, yep, all right. He just signed off on it.
He's a corporate whore.
And if you watch his record in Illinois, like it's no surprise what he did when he became president. That's why I didn't ever get caught up in the Obama nonsense.
Yep.
And why he didn't handle the crime in Chicago.
Yep.
Yeah, and the Rahm Emanuel, like you're going to work with that guy?
That's just
that in itself tells you volumes.
Yeah.
No, and he was such a coward too. Like to let Chelsea Manning go right before he ends his presidency. You had the
and
power.
I think.
Yeah, you had the power to make sure she could never go to prison.
And Taylor, I think he did that because a lot of Hollywood stars he's close to was bitching about it.
Yeah.
That too, and plus, Obama was, the social justice warrior.
He did a couple of good things, but he did nowhere near what he promised, or what he ran on.
No, he was a fucking.
What he could have. I just want to see, like I was saying, concrete and pragmatic, candidates or something, or else I don't believe in it, and I wouldn't recommend giving it. Whether it's our revolution or a Green Party. I mean, it's exercising your right to vote is important. If more people exercise the right to vote, maybe Green Party could be something. But I mean, I have to see it. It has to be like tangible.
Yeah, I mean, he deserves to have the title Chief of Deporter, like right next to his picture, where they have him like in the museum of African Americans and ethnicities.
But you know what upsets me? That Michelle Obama went out there on the campaign trail for Hillary. Because I know during the 2008 campaign when Obama was running, she couldn't stand them. Couldn't stand Hillary. She's the one that first started the birther thing.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's if you're at a large enough level up there and the spotlight and in the midst of things, that was what you're expected to do. And everybody fell in line, and everybody kind of just was like battling for. It's like a game of Rock'em Sock'em Robot. There's like a red one or a blue one, and you just only can root for one of the two, and they just like justify and totally just at least or professionally or personally just kind of like let that be their mindset, and there's nothing else to the unshakable mindset. Like it's just we have to get the Democrats because the Republicans are worse. Like Donald Trump's Hitler, so whatever Bill Clinton did, it doesn't matter. Whatever else you have grievances, just be quiet. Like you have to do this, and we know better. And it was kind of like very condescending for a long time. Like if you don't do that, then you're for everything else, and you're for everything that the Republicans are for. You're part of the problem, and it's like basically a bunch of people who are very rich, and they don't participating with that same super wealth on the Democratic side, and all those people, they don't really feel it, they don't really see anything wrong with it, and but it just seems silly because they have all the money, and it's their world, it's like all of our world, right? And so like environmentally, like with James's main thing, environmentally, it seems like it's a common interest, and there's a lot of things that are a common interest. So it kind of frustrates me when you think about, okay, some third party or some like unexperienced people are going to come up, and that's the only other alternative. Why can't we have something that's like in between, like 1 foot in each Like, why does everybody who gets up to a certain level of plays ball, and everybody who gets up like that high, why do they always have to like kind of forget? Are they like, why does it have to be one way or the other? Why can't it be just like remembering also, the little guy and stuff, and what that's like, and yeah.
Well, James is ready to let this feed go.
Hey,
yeah.
Before I get off, I want to just say I don't know how long that I've been doing this with you guys, but thank you. I no longer feel alone.
Aw.
This is what you guys are, the first people that I've had in my life that get me.
Yeah, we also make you young at heart too.
I am young.
Because we're all young.
So thank you.
Thank you for being here,
Yeah,
Rebel. You're
James.
awesome. Good to have you on all the time.
I love you all.
Love you all.
Well, James want to end it.
Yeah, I gotta go, guys. I'm sorry.
Okay, not everyone.
Thank
love
you very
all.
much.
Hillary Clinton is a big cunt.
That's right. She
Big
is.
TYT.
Fuck TYT. Kick TYT to the curb.
All right, bye.
Night. Love you all.
Good night, all.
Good night.
Night, Cheryl.
Night, Charlie. Night, everybody.
Night,
love you all.
Wow. Oh, it'd be nice to end on a good note. I'd like to hear some fucking good news, man. I would really like to hear, hey, single payer passed in some state, or, right to work starting to be eliminated. Some candidate is going after Citizens United, is bringing it up, and they're going to put it on the chopping block, on the Hill. But there's nothing. It's just, it's kind of sad. It's, we're not expecting huge favors and, people to scratch our backs. We just want, a decent wage, health care, less people dying in the world, a better fucking cleaner earth, save as many as we can. And those people don't give a shit. There's a bunch of them. And I don't get it. That's the thing. Is there's going to be a day when little Bobby of some two-party oligarchic master, his son's going to come back and go, let's say this rich 1% billionaire, he's going to go, hey, Daddy, I was down at the lake that we always go to. We used to go fishing all the time at. And we can't anymore. We can't go there because the water in the lake is polluted and all the fish are dying. And there's signs everywhere and I can't swim anymore. Isn't that one of the companies that you supported, that you didn't want any oversight or accountability? Bobby's not too young. He understands what it means. He's maybe 12, 13, maybe 14 years old. And he says, you wanted to deregulate what they're pouring inside of the same place we used to go fishing in and jumping in the slide and, go canoeing in and stuff like that. And we can't anymore, Daddy, Mama, because it's poisoned. It's destroyed. It's gone. And it's getting to that point where a lot faster than most people realize. I mean, we come on here and we're just kind of pointing out the facts. We're not getting information from the man in the sky. We're not getting a lot of our information from MSNBC, CNN, Fox. We're getting it from the horse's mouth. We're checking our resources. We're cross-referencing our references. And we're getting to where we're seeing what's really happening. And when you look at something like this, which is called the actual debt clock, and you're looking at numbers here, and there's a few numbers that are pretty alarming. The U.S. total interest per citizen includes household, business, state, and local government, financial institutions, and federal government divided by the number of U.S. citizens. And just scan this thing and you'll see. Let's look at one. You have national debt. We're $20 trillion. 20 trillion. 20 trillion, 20.5 billion. That's a fucking... It just keeps going up. Look at it. It's just... And it's doing like 10,000 like every second. $10,000 every second in debt. U.S. national debt. It just keeps going and going and going. And it's been at that rate for... this debt clock thing has been around for a long time. You know, and you got to ask yourself, is it all worth it? You know, rich people, all you fucking 1%ers out there. I mean, you know, do you really want the death to continue and the destruction to continue? Or do you want to maybe focus your money in like SpaceX or CERN or, you know, I don't know if you know what CERN is. It's the giant Hadron Collider out there in Switzerland, where they are doing tests on how to, you know, see how colliding atoms and particles smash into each other. And they're finding we've got to find ways to move through space and time faster, because we need to get to planets quicker. You know, we're at the point to where the resources here on this planet are going to be pretty well eaten up in 2050. Okay, that might be around still. You never know. But in 2050, it's going to be pretty sad. There's going to be lots of famine. The temperature, global temperature, is going to be 2 to 3, maybe even 4 degrees higher. You're going to have massive heat waves. People will be moving further north. You'll have deserts everywhere, you know, closer to the equator. There won't be subtropical anymore. It'll be just desert, tropical. Not even, they'll have to have a new classification for that. But it's getting really bad, and nobody's even paying attention. There's some people that just aren't. They don't want to look at it. They don't want to see. It's a cognitive dissonance of not knowing. It's like, you know, we're fine. We'll just keep watching our sitcoms and watching our Mad Cow or Mad Owl and our Anderson Coopers and our Wolf Blitzers, and we'll keep watching our Hannitys and you know, listening to our Limbaughs and listening to our Stephanie Millers and Randy Rhodes, and keep avoiding the corruption and all the colluding. You know, we just keep not going in the right direction. And we have people like here that are here, and there's many like us. I would say most of them are Green Party or serious progressives or just on the cusp of leaving or dem exiting. But there are people, of course, on the right with the Republicans and the Republicans that will just not, they don't want to see it. They just, everything's, you know, all things bright and beautiful, when, you know, which is just bullshit. I just got to believe that you guys have to just, you know, believe that 97% of the scientists, the guys that do, what the fuck is that called? Weather, you know, the atmospheric, whatever, just these guys that, I'm tired. I didn't have much sleep last night, so my brain doesn't really work that much. Plus, I blame it on the late 80s and the early 90s. But these guys are predicting, and a lot of scientists out there, that global warming is compounding at an exponential rate. It's worse than they thought. You have ice caps and glaciers that are just decreasing. It grows back and decreases, grows back and decreases, but it's not growing back as much as it used to, and then it's decreasing more. Not growing back as much as it used to and decreasing more as we go around the sun. We go around the sun, by the way, and then our solar system cruises around through what's called a galaxy, and the galaxy cruises through the universe. That's the way it works, and everything's round out there, you know, or obspheric or something, whatever that name is. But if you look at this debt clock, you know, official unemployed, 6,004,025 officially. You know, the U.S. population is 326,348,341. So that will go off like every minute, I think, of a new child being born and a couple of people dying, whatever. But, you know, just look at all those numbers. You know, I just fuck the numbers. Honestly, it's that time where we should just say, you know, fuck the numbers. It's time to fix shit. We need a clean house on the hill. We need a third party, a viable third party. I think it's the Greens. It's the only one. It's our last hope. I believe it's our last hope. Other than that, it's, from what I'm hearing, it's fucking revolution time. Sorry, I'm not really watching the chat, but now that I said that, I'm going to go ahead and look at it. But really, we are a complicated species, and like I said, if there's an alien out there or some kind of creature that's looking at us from a distance, you know, they're just laughing at us. They're thinking, God, what a fucking wreck that place has become. Let me see, Red. Input money, output results. Would you put money into a machine if you knew you could have whatever you wanted afterwards? Whatever you wanted. It depends on what the price was, of course. So anyway, I hope you heard what I said. I'm sorry I sang earlier. I just didn't really have any. I didn't do any research earlier in regards to having something to start off with the show. But basically, it's just us getting on here. We've turned into friends. We're almost like family now because we've been doing it for months. You know, we don't really have sometimes a structure, but we do have people coming on, and our viewing is growing. Our subscriptions are growing, and I appreciate that. So thank you guys for putting me out there on your Twitters, on your Facebooks, on your wherever, and I appreciate that immensely. It's all for us, because the more people that watch us and hear us, the more people will, you know, besides the C word, Eric. He fucking hates that chick, man. I do too. She just needs to just go away. Just God, quit. It's just like it's like a nightmare that just will not leave. It's like that one you get reoccurring. But I got the litmus test up here, right? And I would like our political leaders, or ones that we're going to be voting for in the future, to go through this and say, hey, some of these we need prioritized like right now. We definitely need to get rid of, we need campaign finance reform in its biggest way, because if we continue to let corporations, super PACs, the 1%, you know, giant lobbying bodies control our judiciaries, our legislators, and our executives, it'll continue to be as fucked up as it is now and get worse. You know, the internet's, this cannot happen. This is just the beginning of losing the internet. And it's going to start in the United States, which is really sad. You know, it's going to actually start, the destruction of the internet is starting in the United States. Fuck me. You know, just fucking shit. You know, we want single payer. People need to be healthy. You know, you get healthy workers, you get healthy people, you got a healthy country. It's that simple, you know. And, you know, sorry, we need to tax the rich, and we need to get rid of the loopholes and their subsidies and all this other shit. I mean, I can go on and on and on what needs to be done, and there's a big list here. And you can see it and read it if you can. But what's really interesting is we really do not have anyone pulling for much of this on the left and on the right. They say they will. They say they might, but they're not. You know, all this stuff here. I just hope the Green Party can jump on at least 75% of this stuff, except for the stuff, especially the stuff at the top. But anyway, enough about that. Thank you guys all for coming on. It's 11:30. Again, I apologize for singing. I know that was hard, and I'm sure some of your ears are bleeding. You know, just go to your EMT, and they'll take care of you with all the damage that I've done to your ears. Independent, where you been, buddy? How's the family, bro? How are you doing? You never, you know, we don't hear how things are going with the fam out there and how you doing. Actually, I don't know if I've ever seen your wife. Anyway, I miss Kelly. I don't see her anymore. Ariel, where are you? Bram, I know some things are going on. There's a bunch of other people that come on in and on. Amy came on last night, which was cool. We got a lot of work to do. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. I'm really, really, really trying. So, I mean, and this is what I can do. This is like, you know, and if you're watching Green Party, this is the greatest platform that you could use to touch everybody, to get people involved. You can get you can get 50 people on here, and you can get your message out. You can structure, organize, get people moving in the right direction. This is the way to do it. I'm actually going to do an informative video with a lot of these people that we have on here. It'll take about 5 minutes to do, just to show how it works and how it could work. And then I'll send everybody on the Green Party, especially people in the marketing and advertising departments and services, for them to take a look at it. Anyway, thank you all for coming. Again, this is James. I'm the host of Monotalk, and I have some other co-hosts, a bunch of them. Be sure this Friday to please watch Jamal from the Progressive Soapbox. I keep saying it wrong, not political soapbox. Holly Zilliger from Zune Politicon, and then also our very own fantastic Stevie from Red Economics will be here as well, and we're going to let them go off. I think I'm going to send my litmus test to them, and something they can work on as well. Just something to talk about, I'm sure. Anyway, I'm going to leave. I'm fucking tired. You know, stuff to do. Anyway, I'm proud of my son. He made the track team. He's going to be doing shot put and discus. My 15-year-old son can fucking deadlift 335 fucking pounds, and he's 50. He's a boy. How does the fuck does that happen? Deadlift 335 fucking pounds. That's nuts. Anyway, I don't even think I was doing that at 17, so he's a strong motherfucker. Anyway, aloha, guys. Thank you very much for coming on. Aloha.